Our Ware County Board of Commission meeting. And before we start, I'm gonna ask the Lieutenant if he would to lead us in prayer. And then
Dear God, we thank you for this day. Thank you for this wonderful weather that you've given us. And Lord, we just thank you for all that. And so, Lord, we ask that you would lead, guide, and direct us as we take part in the business of this county. Lord, I ask that you would help us to say, always stay on track and always do what's right. And Lord, I ask that you would bless this county, bless this city, and bless this time in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Let's do a roll call. Mr. Burris. Mr. Tyndall.
Here.
Mr. Lucas. Here. Mr. Cox.
Here.
Cheers here. Got the manager here.
Commissioner Burst
Council
called.
here.
He said he's gonna be a little bit late, but he's coming.
He's coming? Okay.
We got council here and we got.
Yeah, we got council, got clerk. Everybody's present. Okay. On our guest speaker, we have Barbara Sidman, Aunt Simon, and Shanika Jones. Would y'all come up, please?
Ma'am?
And state.
Mr. Chairman, I think they wanted to do the
Mr. Wade was first.
Mr. Wade first.
You said
Ricky
you
Wade?
wanted to do them first, didn't you?
Mr. Wade, it's marked on your book.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Would y'all give us just a minute? We got Ricky Wade with the Beaver.
Oh, come on up.
Come up. Talk to us, Ricky, please. Sorry about that.
That's fine. Well, first off, I want to take this time to thank everyone for this opportunity, Mr. Larry Thayer for being here today. We had a conversation and providing this opportunity to be before you and the board today. The topic tonight's going to be nuisance beaver control. Nuisance beaver control really hasn't changed in the past 20 years. It's always been around on the county bounty, so on and so forth. but I'm hoping that tonight we get to maybe change that, or this afternoon get to change that for you. The disconnect, I believe, between the Beaver Trappers commitment and the county commitment to funding the projects, it takes a marriage unity of them to come together. A lot of these guys that you have are, they got 9 to 5 or whatever, they're trying to do that, and they're trying to handle y'all situation on the side. We don't do that. We operate this business full time. I hope, like I said this afternoon, that we can bridge this gap to show that we are committed to the servicing this county as we do so many. We got Pierce County, Berry County, Wheeler County, and several cities that we do. Any other information you need on that, I'd be glad to provide that, towards the end. We offer not only services, but we offer products and a system that's been proven to work. While we go through this presentation right here, I'd like to keep in mind the results matter. Sure that everybody understands, the results that's being gotten over the last 10, 20 years, is it the results that you're actually looking for, and is it actually benefiting the county taxpayers? Another thing I like to keep in mind is you can't manage what you don't measure. You're gonna see a lot of measuring going on in what we do here today. We take record of everything we do. We know how many males, how many females, what the kit rate is that we catch. We call that a GIG report, which is a generational interruption gap. Nobody's coming up with those kind of terminologies because nobody else is studying, because they're worried about just going in and catching a few beavers and getting out of town. We are committed to catch as many beavers as possible. About us, I'm a previous owner of a profitable residential construction and remodeling business. I do have 15 years of trapping experience. The first 3 years that we were in this business, we done it for free, we done it for nothing. We was just learning. It was fun with my boys here. And about the last 2 years of that first 5 years, we were trying to learn, what we could do to make a little money, because it costs more money to do the beaver trapping than it does to do the deer hunting. And that's what we did do before we started this. And the reason that is because by state law, you have to go check that trap every single 24 hours. If you don't, you are breaking the state law. So in order to do that and commit to that, it takes a little bit of money. So we started off trying to do by the tail, by the location, by the day, by the whatever. And then after a period of time of us adding and subtracting to our business model, we've come up with a business model that we think is very functional and beneficial not only to the county, but to the county taxpayers. We currently we have 10 years professional experience, and what that means is basically what I told you. We've added to and taken away from different aspects to this business, and in order to be as beneficial as possible to the county. Currently own and operate a full-time wildlife nuisance control business. That means we're not going to be going to a 9 to 5 and then coming back and then trying to handle your situation on the weekends and on after hours. Doesn't matter how hot it gets. All you got to do is you give us a call, and then we're going to come see about you. Just like I got a call today from Wheeler County. We're going to go over there in the morning and see about some issues that they have, because it's a problem for them, and that's who they got us hired to take care of that. Some available service that we offer outside of nuisance beaver control. I don't know if y'all remember Mr. Jimmy Davis or Mr. James Davis from Hortense, Georgia. He done a lot of work around here. He was a good pastor friend of mine. Learned a lot from him. He sadly passed away a few years ago from COVID, but we did learn a pretty good bit from him. But we do offer trapping services of all wildlife exclusion services, wildlife prevention services, bio and remediation services for acquired wildlife. And what that is we can go in if you've got bats or squirrels and they've soiled your attic to the point to where you can't hardly stand the smell or whatever. We've got equipment to go in there and clean up that area and put it back like new. We offer habitat removal services and water mitigation. You can't do beaver trapping without offering water mitigation and habitat removal services. We do this on a minor role and also on a major role. I'm not fast, right? I'm not going along now. Let me get where we at right here. Okay, thank you. But we do offer that aquatic rehabilitation and restoration services. We own an amphibious excavator to where we can go in and clean up these branches to where you don't, a regular excavator can only go so far. You have to dig out so far past the actual run of the branch we can actually go in and remove 70, 80, 90% of that dam in the run of the branch, which causes more drainage and gets the water down lower where it needs to also be. Pipe culvert savers, if you don't take anything else from what we're offering here today, it is a device that's put in these culverts that these beavers do build upon, and then those devices are being able, you can remove those easily, it's safe and it's effective, and it doesn't damage the pipe. Everybody knows that these pipes, most of the time, because of operator error, that these pipes get damaged over time and they need to be replaced. This right here, that one thing right there will save y'all tons of taxpayer dollars just in not having to replace pipes. We're going to offer reports for every single detailed actions, and we're going to be offering recommendations, for our services that we provide. Tonight, we're going to talk about beaver created problems. Obviously, flooding. Try to keep on track there. Obviously, flooding, bridges, roads, culverts, and pipes, cropland, timberland, etc. You got pipe and culvert damage. The beavers do not damage the culvert at all. It is the entity that's doing the unclogging, and that's what I was referring to a while ago with the pipe culvert savers. You can actually save a whole lot of money using that system there. Septic system drainage, residential flooding. This was a big problem in Red Springs, North Carolina, where we just came from. We'll go back up to this picture right here. Right there. That's a truckload of beavers. We caught 40 beavers in 2 nights right there, and we trucked 39 of them. We wound up catching 98 beavers in 10 days right there. Now, if you do the GIG report on that, there was 47 females caught. If you do the kit count, which is an average number of 4, there was 186 beavers totally removed. We removed, and then when you add back the males and the female count, we removed 286 beavers, or 286 beavers out of the whole package. So those beavers, they'll never see a dam again in their life. The ones that we caught, and then the ones that hadn't been born yet, that we've actually got photos of us counting beavers on the bellies of these females. So we know the number that we're offering is very conservative on the kit side. But those, they'll never see dam building status ever. Beavers do cost tens of millions of dollars annually, depending upon geographical location. Of course, North Georgia doesn't have the beavers that South Georgia has. North Georgia doesn't have the lay of the land that South Georgia has. I think I was talking to somebody a little while ago that it's so flat here that a beaver can go in and a 1 foot dam can cause a lot of issues. This area right here on the left that you see is in Ware County. It's out Highway 122 around the Pine Valley area. We trap for a timber company. They hire us every year to do their beaver control and their water mitigation services, not only here, but in Florida, and we're fixing to soon be in South Carolina doing that service for them. Let's talk about what we know that doesn't work. Trapping by itself just does not work. You gotta understand that beaver, we never get a call from anybody saying that they got 4 or 5 beavers. We always get a call from somebody saying, hey, I got some water backed up somewhere I don't need it to be backed up. And they assume it's beaver, which most of the time it is, but by the end of the deal, you gotta be able to catch the beavers, you gotta do water mitigation, and you gotta do habitat removal. So we're offering strategic water mitigation along with some other proprietary strategies are required to force stray and reluctant beavers to either play the game or to die staying. Being able to catch those last few beavers that you leave because you either pinched a toe or they've gotten in the snare and chewed off, being able to harvest those beavers is very, very important. You got gravy grabbing and gravy grabbers. This is trappers for hire to come along and grab the easy ones. You got tail trapping. This method of control opens the door to an uncontrolled tail monopoly and undesired rumors. We caught 287 beavers in this area, not right here in this area, but in the counties that we run. The last thing I ever want somebody to do is think I've took some beavers that I caught over in Pierce County and brought them over here and sold them to because y'all got us hired by the tail and sold them like that way. So we don't even play that game. We're a locations beaver control company, and that's how we'll be charging. The prehistoric method of water mitigation using telephone poles and tree trunks. I know that's about the only way to do it now, but it is an old way of doing it. To remove debris and unclog culverts. Over time, this causes damage to the inside of the culvert, causing it to need to be replaced. The taxpayers have to come up with that money. Investment guarantees on our side. With your investment of $800 per location, locations are determined by road names, culverts, or pipes, or beaver dams. trapping services that target 3 categories of beavers: residential, dispersals, and transit beavers. Nobody's talking about that because nobody studied beavers long enough to understand that that's what you're having to deal with. Like I said, they're just there to catch what they can catch, and then they're gonna get out of Dodge and take that little bit of tail money that they get, and they're gonna call it over. Thermal operations, if needed, thermal technology mixed with air rifles if we're in town, or conventional firearms to level the playing field. It's very important to know if you toe pinch the beaver, if you caught a beaver in a snare, we know we've got one left, so it's important to be able to target that animal in some manner. And this is the way we originally done it. When you figure out the characteristics of beavers, that they move from point A to point B, being able to get in that point and then intercept them is also very important. Minor water mitigation services, releasing of water in flooded areas with minor explosives, and then you got the minor habitat removal services using minor explosives to remove lodges, dams, and or dens. We always call non-emergency 911 numbers when we do this. That way, just out of respect, just so that they'll have, you know, an answer when a taxpayer or somebody calls, and you know, wanting to know what's going on, because it is loud and it's really effective. The use of beaver dogs, we do own German bred dogs. They're Jag Terriers. We use these dogs for the very sole purpose of being able to do a final sweep on the area being serviced. These dogs go into dens after we drop the water level. If we feel like we have one left over, whatever, they will go in the dens and run the beavers out, and then we will take them, harvest those beavers with shotguns or whatever means is necessary. Also, we're going to be bridging the gap between private property owners and the county for desired or needed services and property access permission. There's going to be times when we get a location pin, and this is what happens. Whoever our contact person here, he'll send us a location. We'll get there. There'll be obviously a dam and a culvert. Well, we may see one right on in there that needs to be addressed. We'll address that, no extra charge. If we get in there and see that we need to address it a little bit further, then obviously we're going to get our property access permission to be in there. And we call those manufacturing facilities. If you really want to help point A right here, you're really going to have to see about point B and point C. And so we're going to mitigate that to begin with, make the contact with the private property owner, go in there, and it will be considered another location. Generational interruption gap report. This report details location results. It's going to give you the number of beavers trapped, the number of beavers actually harvested, number of dams excavated, number of culverts opened, number of females versus number of males. It's very important to keep up with that number, because if you don't, then you don't know what you're coming after the next time when you come around, if you don't get them all at that time. Estimated conservative number of kits that will not make it to dam building status. That number for us is 4, because we do have actual footage of that being we've got some with 5, 6, and 7, but the average number that you can count for just about every time is going to be at least 4. So that's why it's a conservative number. The GIG total, indicating the number of beavers removed, which is males plus females, estimated number of kits, and like I said a while ago, to get a fathom of what we're trying to talk about, 286 beavers we removed in that 10-day period that we were there. Now, we were there for 31 days because we trapped 7.4 miles of waterway, and we mitigated with the machine that we have 6 miles of waterway. So we were there for a pretty good while, but the actual time that we done the trapping, we removed that 286 beavers. Just got off the phone with the lady just a little while. Her name was Chanel. They've had 2 issues with the whole thing. One is a lady built a pond with the current water level or current water table, and we dried her pond up when we left. And then the other issue we had, the U.S. Geological Survey people that monitor the water level of these bridges. You got to keep in mind, we dropped this water 5.5 feet. They called the lady wanting to know what was going on. She thought they were having some kind of a water main break or something, and she said no. She said it's just a beaver trap. We just had him to come and mitigate. So they didn't understand what was going on, but we made such a drastic difference that these people that monitor the bridges called the county manager to see what was going on there. But we're going to be offering notes and recommendations for these locations that we do. If you do the Defender program with us, which is 4 times a year, in other words, we get a location, we're going to be doing it for 4 times. We'll be coming 4 times throughout the year. So you won't have no problem. We always started off, when we originally started this, we started off with, doing it annually. But y'all know as well as I do, we just don't always get them all. But being there 4 times a year, we're able to target that area a whole lot better. But you'll be able to see those notes of what we did. If you get a county taxpayer, somebody's wanting to know what's going on with John Doe Road, all you're gonna have to do is pull it up and say, look, this is what's going on, this is what he plans on doing the next time, and so on. And then we will be offering recommendations for these locations. We will ask that those recommendations are executed, because if they're not executed, that's kind of like tying my hand behind my back and I'm having to fight one hand. I will fight with one hand if that's what y'all want me to do, but in the end, it's a lot easier and a lot safer for us to be able to have those recommendations executed. We'll come back to references. To give y'all an idea of actually how long and what we're telling you the truth, you can see this young man on the far left holding a beaver. That's Patrick Wade. This is Patrick Wade right here. He's my oldest son. Tyler Wade, he owns his own tree service business in Douglas. And then the other young man in the white t-shirt is Frank Wade. And then we have another gentleman we're gonna add to the mix this time. It's gonna be Cager Vickers. This is the team. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because we're not gonna third party this thing out. When you call, you're gonna call me or some of them or whoever, and these are the faces that you're gonna see. We're not gonna be hiring it out third party at all. The middle picture right there you see is where we caught our first beaver with a snare at. That first beaver's being held by Mr. Lane Vickers over there. Was another young man, and we, like I said, these boys raised up trapping beavers. We're not just YouTube watchers where we just come in and just now getting started. We've been doing this for quite some time. The lodge that you see there on your left is what the lodge, now this is in Ware County, this is over there at that Pine Valley tract. That's what some of the lodges there, I think there was 8 or 9 lodges, but that's what one of the lodges looked like when we got there. The lodge or the picture to your right is what the lodge looked like when we left. So being able to get rid of the habitat is 90% of what we do. Trapping is great, but if you don't mitigate the water, if you don't get rid of the habitat, then you've got a problem. Now, some of the dogs we use, this dog that you see right there is a Ringo. He is, like I said, a German bred dog, and he's bred for underground quarry, and that's exactly what we use him for, and he's very good at what he does. Our minor water mitigation services is what you see on the picture on the left. We do blast a hole in these dams to get water out low enough to where if y'all decide that y'all want major water mitigation services.
You got a question?
We've used a lot of time.
Okay. I'm just about through.
Okay.
Water mitigation services there, that's, if you want major water mitigation services, that's us right there. The picture on the right there is a location where there was 2 dams. We only charged for 1. We're not dam Nazis. I mean, location Nazis. We don't try to beat people up for that. Of course, these pictures right here are obviously Pierce County, Lanier County. This right here is Pierce County. The first 9 days, that's 51 beavers in 9 days right there. We're gonna go back to references and then we'll be right through. You got Ben Warren, Marion County Road Superintendent, Bruce Carter, Pierce County Road Superintendent, Joe Brock, City of Vidae, ESG, Benny Ring, City of Douglas, ESG, John Howell, Wheeler County Road, that's where we're going tomorrow. Brandon Rice, City of Nashville, Brandon Fletcher, Irwin County. Now what we done for Brandon was we went in and done a lot of mitigation work with the machine and cleaned up around a lot of the culverts and stuff, open those up. Brian Croft, I mentioned earlier, F&W Timber Consultant, and then your very own Jason Rubenbauer right here. Jason was one of the very first officials that I talked to in Pierce County. He took a chance on us. He's now president and CEO of Ware County Development. We worked for Jason for about 2 years, I think, before he actually moved this way. But we actually do work for Jason and them now and around the industrial park over there. And I think that's so.
Okay.
But anyway, that's what I have. Is there any questions that y'all need me to answer? I tried to be as thorough as possible.
How much it cost?
It's $800 per location. And a location would be, a culvert pipe or what, but you gotta keep in mind, we're there for a solid week. We don't go there just for a day or 2 and leave. And then, like I said, we're gonna do the beaver trapping and the water mitigation services there and the habitat removal.
What if you got like a big pond, like a 20, 30 acre pond?
It's $800. We're gonna trap that pond for a solid week. Now, what separates us from everybody else is we're gonna also trap the exit and the entrance water there. What happens is when you go to putting a lot of pressure on beavers, they're gonna start running and they're gonna go either south or north. They're gonna take the water, and for us to be able to cover that, it's very important to get rid of the number of beavers.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll move overnight.
Sir?
He'll move overnight.
Yes, sir, he sure
Yeah.
will, yep. But we
Then
try-
it'll
we try-
cost us
we-
another $800 to move over and catch him again.
Do what now?
Is that, if he leaves this area and goes to another place, then that's
Well,
another
with the system
location.
that we got, with the system we got, if we trap a pond, I guarantee you there's not gonna be a beaver there. And the reason I can guarantee that is with the dogs that we have and the stuff that we watch, you know, as we're trapping, we're gonna see whether we got a trap that's tripped or a snare that's been chewed off. We're gonna catch everything. Obviously, we didn't catch that because it got away, but them dogs right there pretty much eliminate, you know, any other beavers getting away, especially when we come in and do the water mitigation and the habitat removal. We're gonna blow that hood in a way that the beaver, we're gonna wait till the beaver gets, what we do is we climb up on top of that, we drive us an explosive, set in there, and then we leave for about an hour and let that beaver come back in there, and then while he's in there wondering what's going on, then he goes bye-bye. That's basically what happens. That's why we can near about guarantee that we can get rid of beavers, because if they're in a pond, we can pretty much get rid of them, no doubt.
You don't let Jason help you, do you?
Sir?
You don't let Jason help you, do you?
Well, I mean, no, he could if he wanted to.
Yeah,
Okay, y'all got any questions on
well,
it?
I just come in on tail end, and I know it's been a problem we've been having with beavers
sir.
and all, and you say when you leave out, you guarantee they won't be coming back.
Well, we guarantee as far as we can, you know, I mean, it's a wild animal, you know, but I can promise you this, there's nothing else that can be done in that particular situation at that particular time that will make a difference. So that's what we're guaranteeing, you know, I mean, obviously it's a wild animal, and the problem is we can't fix a 20, 30-year-old problem in the 5 or 6 days that we're there, but if you'll give me those 5 or 6 days over a period of time, I guarantee you we can get rid of it. For instance, Mr. Jason remembers how bad it was in Pierce County. They give us 47 locations annually. We just set them up on a Defender program. They had 16 locations with 0 beavers in it. They pay me now to go by and just do an inspection on it, and if we have a problem, we address it. We've took the water problem that they have had totally out of their hands, basically, at this point. And that's Bruce Carter. You can give him a call if you want to. We really, I mean, when I'm telling you we've been beneficial to these counties and we've tried to do all we can to add subtract to this model to make it work, we have, and just.
So you work pretty close with the public works director and everything, I mean,
I
cause
think he's a I think he's a road superintendent, you know exactly what it is?
no, I'm talking about Ware County, I mean, with public works director, that's who you usually
Yeah,
kinda work with.
whoever y'all decide y'all want me to work with, that's who I wanna make contact with, and I also want him to meet the team. And like I said, this is gonna be the smiling face that you see, we're not gonna third party that thing out. But yeah, we'll work with whoever we need to.
That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. You got anything, Mr. Tindall?
One more
I thank
question.
y'all for your time again.
You got one?
Yeah, I got one more
Yes,
question.
sir.
So we pay you $800 to go to a certain place. Now, how long do you stay there before we have to pay you $800 to be there?
We're gonna be there for a solid week. We're by the time we leave, we're gonna be done all that there is to do between trapping the beavers, water mitigation, and habitat removal. So we'll be there a week. Yeah. And what I also recommend is this Defender program really sets us up for a high amount of success, because we're there 4 times in a year instead of 1 time every year.
Mm-hmm.
So the Defender program is by far the better way to go. It costs a little bit more money to do it that way, but like I said, we're there 4 times a year. I know there's a lot of times when the beaver trapper comes in, he traps a thing, and then in 2 weeks you got a problem there again. Well, first off, that problem is because he left a few. He just caught the cream of the crop and left a few, or either he's damaged a few toes and they left a few. But we can go in and pretty much take care of it too.
When y'all leave that one pond, beavers are eradicated. I mean, you can't do nothing about
I can't do
2
what comes
years.
from John Doe's house,
Right.
Up the creek or down the creek. I can't
Right.
do anything about that. But this is what we offer. If we're trapping this pond for somebody, I will go and mitigate talks with whoever it is, because a lot of times, they'll allow us to do trap. They got to pay the same thing. And that's another thing I want y'all to know. We do not charge. We got about 146 clients over South Georgia here. We trap from Brooks County all the way over to Glenn County, and we got several counties in in North Florida that we track. Everybody pays the same thing across the board, whether it's a farmer, it's a county, it doesn't matter. That's just how we charge, because I think it's fair and, you know, and above board to do it that way.
Y'all tear the dams down too?
Yes, sir, we
Got,
blast
get rid of all the dams where the water can move.
What we're gonna do is this right here, well, let me go back the other way. Right there.
Yeah.
We blast the dams totally out. That blast right there is gonna cost about a 6 or 8 foot wide hole, and it's gonna go to the runner to branch. That particular water hole there was about 7 foot deep. We removed, y'all gotta understand, when we went to Red Springs, North Carolina, the water was touching the bottom of the bridges. When we left there, it was 5.5 feet lower. So you can understand why the US Geological people wanted to call to kind of figure out what was going on. So, yeah, we do the water mitigation 100%. Y'all don't have to worry about it. Now, I can't stick a bomb or something in a culvert or something, obviously, but we're gonna rake it out the best we can. But that's where we're gonna come in and say, hey, look, we've been here 4 times this year. If you do the Defender program, we really need to put one of those pipe bullet savers in, which is the device that we put in the pipes. The beavers will build on that device, and it's very simple to pull out. But first thing we're gonna do is catch what beavers we can. And then y'all can go along with an excavator or a backhoe, and that comes right out. It takes less than 10 minutes, and it does 0 damage to the culvert,
pipe.
period. Yep, 0. And that's gonna, right by itself, I know, I've been around long enough, that's gonna save tons and tons of money right there, right by itself.
Yep, it will.
Okay. All right, well, I appreciate you coming by, Rick.
Yeah,
And
really.
what we'll do, we'll weigh this thing out
Yes, sir.
and get with the commission and get to the manager, and then we'll let you know.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all's time.
Appreciate
Yes,
y'all.
sir. Appreciate you coming by.
Thank y'all.
Anybody got any more questions?
I think.
Really?
Thank
Okay,
y'all.
that it?
Thank you.
All right. Appreciate it, Mr. Wade.
Thank y'all.
Okay. Let's go back to, Miss Barbara and Miss Tanika. Please
I wanna thank you,
state your
Commission.
name and, everything, please.
Yes, I want to thank you commissions for allowing me to be here to address you today. My name is Barbara Seidman. I'm the founder of the 501(c)(3), a Helping Hand, Inc. And I'm here to talk to you all about children and what we can do for our children to keep our children off the street, to teach them how to fend for themselves when it comes to growing vegetables, cooking from the old school. I don't cook out of a box, I cook from the old school. And my goal is to teach the kids, before I leave this world, how to cook from the old school so they don't have to cook out of a box. They can take the things from the land and feed themselves if they have to. And my daughter is 11 years old. She's the one that's gonna mentor the children. But my program goes beyond mentoring children. It also helps the parents because I teach them how to cook without cooking out of a box. And saying that, I'm gonna turn it over to my spokeswoman because she can explain it to you better.
Okay. Thank you, Ms.
Good afternoon, Chairman, Commission. My name is Kanisha Jones. I reside in 811 Winona Avenue in Waycross, Georgia, out in the county. I just wanted to share a little bit about what she's looking for from you guys from the commission. So this nonprofit, a Helping Hand Outreach, has been certified through the state. It does have an EIN number. She has filed for her 501(c)(3) for the 990 status, which is, she's not planning on raising over 50K this year. So she did apply for that less required one. So her mission today is to see if the commission would be willing to partner with us or work with us for this initiative. She has secured 2.5 acres on Dead End Road, which is near Elmer Thrift Road. So we thought that was pretty cool. And so we just got the address today. I did prepare you guys a proposal, but we just got secured the actual address for that parcel today. It was whatever, I'm not sure what wetland really means, but the property prior to the sale, had issues with, some of it being wetland, so this entire parcel is, appropriate for gardening. So the way that we're hoping that you guys will be interested in, the thing that we're pitching, is that, there's funding opportunities available for this gardening project. The startup cost is relatively low, it's like $2,000, but there is funding, available that, with your permission, we would like to follow up, with, I think her name is, I did a little bit of research, where is it, Kelsey, I think, Johnson, who handles your grant, your grant applications and things that comes in. We did, see where there's CDBG funding available. There is also the DFACS have after school care programs. There's, some Georgia outdoor stewardship programs, and lastly, we did identify the outdoor recreation legacy partnership. The city of Waycross did secure $2.6 million for, their parks and recreation. So we were hoping that, with this gardening project, we can maybe see if the city could, apply for these fundings and allocate them yourselves. Not that we're asking for you to partner with us for, for the application process, but if you are in fact eligible for these grants, that you apply for them and that we be considered a recipient for that particular award. Again, Samantha Simon is 11 years old. She's a 4-H student, and so we're hoping that the 4-H and hopefully in how we build out, we can target the right children, or not, I don't want to say the right children, target children that are interested in this particular gardening program. I'm not an agricultural expert to know what the back ends. I know they're going to be raising chickens primarily and growing food. The children will be able to sell their own produce and donate 20%. And so that way they're learning, it's related to social skill building in addition to managing money. So our humble request is that we will be allowed to speak with whoever's over your finance for granting to introduce these potential funding opportunities and make the work lighter even in the application process. We know with grant writers it can be difficult managing capital funding. Some grantors require workshops to be you attend, and different things to make sure that you're kind of understanding the eligibility requirements. And so even if we're willing to maybe sit in and make sure that we're able to report out to streamline that process to make it a little bit easier, we're willing to do that. But I think I do.
Okay.
If we have questions.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Mr.
much.
Chairman.
Informative.
Did anybody got anything, questions on to her?
First of all, I appreciate and commend you all for what you're trying to do that. Now, did I understand you say you already secured the land?
Yes.
Okay,
Purchase that.
okay, so I guess, like I said, I don't know a whole lot about gardening. The chairman, I think he has a lot of expertise in that, but what about water and all that as far as about
They gonna
water?
cook, home cooked meals over there. I'm going over there to eat with them.
So what about as far as like, I guess, water and they say the garden and all, how do they, I mean, other than, the Lord sending the rain?
Yeah,
I'm gonna be digging a pond because the dirt from the pond will go on the pallet for the building
Okay,
that the children gonna cook their food in. Once they harvest their food, it don't stop. They're gonna come in the kitchen, they're gonna cook the food, and they're gonna invite the parents, and the parents gonna sit down and eat the food so they can see what the kids have actually progressed with and how they're doing, and it learns them to be self-sufficient later in life where they don't have to worry about so much at the grocery store. They can cook their own food, grow their own food. I have chickens now, I sell eggs, and people come to get that. And you like to eat, so the next time I cook a sweet potato pie, I'm gonna bring you one.
see, there got me.
There you go. There you go.
I think that's great. And you said something about the 4-H, y'all partner with 4-H?
Yes, my daughter is in 4-H.
Okay,
And that's how I got interested in it because she have such passion for it. And I grow, if you come over on Bay Street, 515 Bay Street, you will see what kind of gardening I do. I grow watermelons, I grow okra, I grow greens, pumpkins, sugarcane. I do that in my yard.
So
But
that's-
it's the prettiest yard on the street.
Well, it's pretty close to where I stay, so if you see somebody out there, before you shoot them, make sure.
Make sure the leg ain't burst.
Yeah. But, I think that's good, but Commissioner Cox and I had the privilege of attending that 4-H banquet here a couple of weeks ago. And it was very, very nice out there. I was very impressed with, the kids, and they got a real passion, you know, like say, for different aspects of it, not just for raising livestock, but gardening and growing vegetables, whatever, you know.
Well, I had 17.3 acres of land in Florida, and a tree fell into my house, so I moved to our house in Georgia. And I had cows, chickens, goats, and all of that. So I'm not an expert, but I've been farming all my life.
And you say
So
it's 515 Bay Street?
Yes, and I'm such a good farmer. If you give me a piece of you, I'll grow you too.
Oh, my goodness.
You make pecan pie?
Huh?
You make pecan
Oh,
pie?
I make pecan pie and I share my own pecans.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, look at that, is that piece of property big enough to do what you plan to do?
I have raised beds and I allocate each raised bed for the kids. It's not big enough for an unlimited amount of kids, but it's big enough for at least 30 kids. Because I do the raised beds.
Now, how big is that building? Is it gonna be, it's gonna be a pretty good sized building? Or you say you're gonna build a building to serve in when you
Well, if you only got 25 kids,
25?
you don't need
Two.
a big super building.
Yeah.
Now, what I plan on doing as an expansion, I'm gonna come back to the county, because county have land that they have not allocated a purpose for. And if the county will partner with us, they can just give us the land and we'll have more land. It don't have to be where this land is at. We have more land to have more kids.
Yeah. Okay.
Very good.
I got you.
I like that.
All right, any more questions?
I like that idea.
Well, thank you.
Sam?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
appreciate
Thank you
it.
for letting us know now. I'm
Pecan
gonna-
pie.
You gonna get that pecan pie?
Thank you, Ms. Barbara.
You do believe in sharing,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yeah, I got me a pecan.
I can't share my pecan.
Okay. Yeah, thank you again for coming.
Thank you.
All right, now we got Daniel Summers with Georgia DOT. The recut, would y'all come up? Tell us who you are and what we're gonna do.
Yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm Daniel Summers, Assistant District Traffic Engineer for GDOT. I also have Josie Capella, the District Traffic Engineer. And we're here to talk about the intersection of SR 520 and SR 122, Carswell Avenue at US 82. And we're currently proposing to install a reduced conflict U-turn or RCUT, and wanted to get the county's support in that. I sent a traffic study regarding this. I'm not sure if y'all got a chance to look at any of that or discuss it. I brought a copy of it if y'all have not.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah, we don't have them with us, but we did see them one
did
time.
see 'em.
I remember,
Yeah, that's a while back.
we had those copies, but we don't have them in our books today.
Yeah.
Here's the map that we've done.
Okay.
Are y'all planning on doing this project, this way, the way y'all sent those drawings before?
Yeah, we're still proposing to do the RCUT. We're just trying to get the county support there. Answer any questions y'all have and, see.
So y'all talking about doing a U-turn?
What, you were doing the RCUT we're proposing, which will be, implement, either need to do a U-turn or, reroute traffic. We're actually predicting it'll be more traffic rerouting at this location. That's one of the sketches that I drew up here. on the single page. Just, it'll be more of traffic rerouting along US 80 is what we're actually predicting, and less actual U-turns. But some movements will be some U-turns. In short, the reason we're proposing this R-cut is R-cut's been proven to drastically reduce crashes, particularly the more severe crashes. The angle crashes are the ones that are proving to be the most severe crashes, resulting in most injuries and fatalities, and that's what we're kind of been experiencing a high percentage of this location. And this, by cutting out the throughs and left on the side streets, you're cutting back on the majority of those severe crashes. So that's the reason why we're proposing this at this location.
Okay.
So what this would do is the traffic going out Carswell coming back 122, they would have to turn right and go turn it around to U-turn to make it if they wanted to go to Carswell.
Yeah, it'll either be take a right out of it and make a U-turn at the next median opening, or it would just be like continue down US 82 and then just make a left at like
Augusta.
How far is
at
it?
Augusta or the
Yeah.
traffic signal, and that's kind of what we're more predicting. Not so many a high percentage of U-turns, but just traffic rerouting and utilizing US 82 more higher percentage.
So basically just closing that off.
Well, we're still gonna be allowing lefts from the main line. So traffic traveling along US 82, you can still make a left from the main line. It's just gonna be no lefts or throughs coming from Carswell / State Route 122.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I got a question. Go ahead, Mr. Burr.
No,
Go ahead. Okay, very good.
okay.
My concern is I live out that way, and there are a bunch of big trucks comes through there. There's a wood mill right out in the industrial park. Those trucks turns left to go to that wood mill. They're gonna have to turn right, go down there and make a U-turn in the middle of the road to go back to that mill. You're gonna move your problem right on down the road probably a quarter of a mile with big trucks making a U-turn, or either you gotta run them through, what's that, McKinley Drive, Augusta Avenue, you're gonna tear the county roads all to pieces.
Well, yeah, we have looked at that, and we would probably be recommending that intercept that roadway, a county road, just be signed for no trucks. And as for what you're talking about, pushing the problem down, problem right now is most people making lefts and throughs from the side street. Making a U-turn has been proven to not be high percentage of crashes. So we don't believe they'll just be pushing the problem down, because they would be, instead of making a left, they'd be making a U-turn.
They gonna come out and turn right and go down there, and they got to make a U-turn to come back west to go to that mill though, or either they gonna have to go down Augusta Avenue or somewhere to get to that
And they're gonna tear Carswell all to pieces.
the mill over there. Do what, James? That's what I say. They gonna try
They
though.
won't be able to make a U-turn in the
How they
middle
gonna
of
get to the mill, James, from
Okay.
there?
If we are talking about trucks, we have to do improvements at the U-turn location for trucks. So we have the same situation that we have like in Savannah, where we have built U-turn locations for trucks on 307, where we've closed off accesses for trucks to go by putting medians through them. So if we do move forward with this, and there's a big interest in the trucks doing the U-turn, we'll probably look at, what's the next road? Whatever, the next intersection, widen out to the outside so that trucks can make that U-turn.
U-turn.
So we've done that in other locations in this district for that.
Okay, you gonna,
In the Savannah area, because that's where we have the most restrictions to access for trucks, so we have to build U-turn locations.
We'll be checking some truck turning templates to assure the trucks can make the turn, and if they can't, then we'll be basically widening the shoulder out to do a truck U-turn at that location.
I just know they are a bunch of
take a
trucks
wide
come through.
one.
Yes, sir. You're in a truck hub right here in Waycross, and I mean, we got what, 7, 8 truck stops here? I mean, blue million trucks come through
Just to let
Waycross.
you know, like Savannah, we've been building these U-turns for trucks in Savannah, and we have thousands of trucks in these areas right there. So it's been proven to work.
Okay.
So we understand that, it's not so much down here, because it hasn't been happening yet, but as the area grows, it's gonna be happening more and more, and that's what we're starting to try to control the access points for how these intersections act together.
Yeah, we've implemented a lot of these R cuts with the U-turns, all around Savannah, state routes around Savannah, and that's right next to the Georgia ports. So there's a very large truck percentage there.
Georgia Port, Florida.
Now, I'm assuming that U-turn areas, you're gonna have I don't know if you call it a decel lane or whatever, where you're coming into the U-turn, that's gonna be extended, so that way if you got 3 or 4 trucks backed up, they're not parked in the middle of the inside lane of the highway, right?
Again, we determine if the existing decel lane's up to standards, and if it's not up to standards and requires extending it, we would be extending it and everything.
Okay. And this would be cheaper than a red light to do all this?
Well, in the traffic study, we did look at doing a traffic signal. It's not so much just because of cost, but it didn't meet the traffic signal warrants for it, and in order to meet traffic signal warrants for GDOT policy and the federal standards set forth, you have to have a certain number of vehicles on the side street, and State Route 122/Carswell just doesn't have the volume to warrant a traffic signal this time.
What, enough people got killed there, or what, or what's the?
Well, it's not so much about crashes. Traffic signal warrants, even for the traffic signal warrant that has to do with crashes, it still have to meet a certain volume threshold. If not, then we're gonna look at all other alternatives such as RCUT.
Yeah. Most wrecks happen there. The people says they never see that stop sign. They just run through it. It's been a lot of the problem. I think of some flashing lights, stop ahead signs down both sides of 122 would help a lot.
We did, when we did the traffic study, we went through and analyzed all the crashes, and there were 1 or 2, I believe, that people did not stop, but the majority of the people, they stopped and then pulled out of the intersection, and therefore flashing beacons and flashing lights, that wouldn't really prevent those crashes. It would potentially prevent the 1 or 2 crashes that we did see, that was that trend, but the majority of them, it was not that problem. It was more people stopping and then pulling out and misjudging clearance times for people.
What does it take to get a bridge over that 5-lane road? I
Few
mean,
million.
I mean, 122, and it really needs a bridge over it.
I do it.
And a clover leaf on each side where you can get on and off of that road, but
That would
through
cost more
traffic
than a
needs to
red
go
light.
over.
Yeah.
Huh? I don't see why we couldn't get a bridge. I don't know. You gonna do all this much work. There's a little more probably could put a bridge over it.
Cost $100 million to put a bridge over that loop.
He ain't got to deal with the railroad.
Nope.
Remember that, this is a highway, they own the highway.
$100 million.
I won't take that much, put a 2-lane
It'd
road.
probably be at least
We got them all over the
I
country.
vote for the bridge.
I go a lot of
20,
counties,
30.
got bridges over these roads.
Yeah, well, we're talking going into like doing an overpass and a interchange. It'd be significantly more, like $20+ million. While this project we're looking at like $500,000 or $1 million or so.
and keep in mind, it's also based on the amount of traffic. A lot of the traffic you're having here is at peak hour, people coming into town, people leaving town. That's the main traffic you have on this road. And so, but even given those counts, it doesn't meet thresholds for an overpass.
Well, right there, one thing I will bring up now, right there on 122 State Route, you're talking about the largest blueberry farmer in the southeast, and you're talking about hundreds of trucks, if not thousands, through a 5-month period, going right there to Georgia 520, coming down 122.
And not counting the log trucks that come
Log
through there
trucks.
in a day.
Yeah.
I'll truck year round.
And I'm telling you, I went that way for, I know 20 years I've lived out there. And a lot of times I would turn right because I couldn't get across to turn left. And I would go down there to turn right, and it takes you 5 minutes sometimes to make a U-turn to go back because there's so much traffic coming through there. And they don't slow down for you to make a U-turn.
It needs a
That's
bridge.
the amount of traffic at this intersection, you have it there too.
I'm sorry,
Pull that intersection.
do what now?
What I'm saying is, the same amount of traffic you have for doing the U-turn, you have at the intersection as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep that in mind. So if you're saying you can't do it at the U-turn, you shouldn't be able to do it at the intersection either.
I'm just telling you, a U-turn's gonna kill a lot of people down there.
And when you have a U-turn, and you're basically splitting it. When you make a right turn, you're yielding to one lane, and then you merge. And then when you do the U-turn, you're again yielding to one lane, and then merge another one. So you're doing one lane at a time, as opposed to when you're doing a left turn, as in the existing condition, you're having to yield to all 4 lanes at once.
There's not gonna be a stoplight there for to make the U-turn.
No, sir.
There won't be a stoplight.
I'm like Mr. Cox, and I'll just have to say, I would love for, I mean, I've been a resident here all my life, and I've traveled both of them roads all my life. I lived on Carswell Avenue for 30 years. Red light's what we need there. I mean, that's what we begged for, that's what we've asked for, we've asked GDOT for it. We want a red light there. That's what we want. I mean, the community wants it, that's what the people's asked for. They've come to us and asked us for it.
I understand, but again, we have to stay by the state and
Guidelines,
standards.
I got you.
And right now, it's, I believe, about half the volume. It's about half the volume of threshold for this on the side
For
streets.
to meet the red
You
light.
got double the amount of traffic basically on Carswell, not on 520, on Carswell, and 122.
We don't have that kind of traffic with Baptist Village right there. 500 employees out there.
And mind you, well, keep in mind, we also don't count rights, because that's not right. You make it right, don't need a light.
Right.
So there's a high amount of rights on 520, on 122, depending on 520 from the town, but none of those count, because
They're not
traffic
going
light
across.
doesn't, they're still gonna make right whether it's light or not. They get out without much trouble getting out. If you look at it through the less.
So, this is what this came up a while back.
Yeah,
They talking about, they called it, what, an R cut or something like that? And I rode out there, measured off the distance from when you turn right on 520, go down the way you can make a turn, come back. One of the concerns I have, the problem is not so much the right or the left turn, it's when you try to cross over.
Both of them.
And that's where the problem lies sometimes, and that's where you got to be extra cautious. Now, going down 520, then you make that left to come back, and I'm thinking about, okay, right there in that proximity, you got a monument company over there. So if somebody came in with a load, for that monument company, now they would have to go all the way down, and I don't even know where they could even turn around to come back down there to that monument company, other than if they were coming in, they would normally probably come 122, stop there, and then go on across, So,
If they were going out of town, they'd have to go over the bridge.
Yeah.
And then go down there and turn around.
and I talked with 1 or 2 people that stay in that area, and there have been 1 or 2 accidents. I don't know how many accidents right there at that particular intersection. So is this something that GDOT will we have to approve this, or can you all just go and do it?
So if we're doing it the way we're talking about, it'd be a support from government. If it was through like a construction project, like a full-on project, like we're widening the road or something, it'd be a different process.
So right now, if we say, well, hey, we really would love to try to put like traffic light or whatever, and we just couldn't maybe, endorse this, you all wouldn't be able to do it? Cause you all go and do it anyway?
We wouldn't be moving forward with the R cut if we don't get your support from it. But we would not be doing a traffic signal in place of it, if that's what you're asking.
Okay.
I see what they're saying, that you only go across half of this road at a time, instead of the whole road. You can take a right, which makes a lot of sense, what
Right,
they're
it
saying,
does.
and what they're doing. All right, we'll go down and make a U-turn and get on the other and come
Right.
back. It's gonna cut out on accidents, exactly what they're proposing. It is gonna cut out on
Right.
accident, but it's gonna be aggravating. I think it'll be a little bit aggravating to traffic, and I think we concern more about the log trucks and everything.
Well,
If you say that thing's gonna be wide turn,
There was 6 log trucks lined up at that
it
intersection the
work.
other day. Sometimes it takes you 10 minutes to get out
Yeah.
because I know going across that road is dangerous. Something
Yeah.
needs to be done. It's very dangerous. But I'm just concerned about moving the problem on down a quarter of a mile at that U-turn with 6 log trucks, and some of them sticking out past the turning lane into the lane of 520 there. Cars coming through there about 80 miles an hour and never see them and hit them in the back end.
Yes,
Will
sir.
they be a turning lane though for them to get in the lane?
They would be a turning
There would be
lane.
an extra
Turn lane.
turning lane?
And they'll
But-
make it extra long, but
You
then,
might have to make it a mile long for them log trucks. There's so many comes through there. That's the thing about it. I'm just scared that if they sticking out in the road, somebody's gonna hit them.
And then if they try to cross right there, sir, I mean, honestly, if you're trying to come from 122 to Carswell Avenue, you ain't gonna make it.
And I know what's gonna
You're
happen.
not gonna make it. They're gonna have to take a right, go do a U-turn, come back, and then take a right on Carswell.
They gonna go down there to the red light at Augusta.
Go straight across.
Sir?
You won't be able to go straight across. The arc cut will eliminate left and the movement straight across.
Move it
Right.
straight.
Yeah.
They gonna go down there to
It'll be similar
Augusta
to what they
though.
got right there in front of Chick-fil-A.
That ain't gonna work.
I
How-
mean, it
how
just
far
keeps you from
down?
going across the highway.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not
you
gonna
know,
work.
and it was aggravating at first whenever y'all put it in there, Chick-fil-A, but
It works
I mean,
good now.
it keeps, it works, and it keeps people from shooting across from Chick-fil-A all the way over to the mall parking lot or vice versa, and causing some accidents. I realize that it's gonna be aggravating to learn how to do that, just like, you know, I'm guessing that people have a hard time traversing the roundabout. But it's proven technology that works, and it's cheaper than a traffic light. It keeps traffic moving. I mean, I think stopping traffic would, in my opinion, would
Be a lot safer.
well, I think it just hinders things because it stops things as we're trying to move traffic through. Because in that area, we're not trying to stop traffic, we're trying to keep it moving.
Well, I'll also add one of the other reasons we stick to those guidelines and warrants for traffic signals is if you do put up a traffic signal on the main line when it's not warranted, you do actually get an increase in crashes a lot of times because the main line is stopping and you get a lot of rear end crashes. And that's obviously what we're trying to avoid. We don't want to increase crashes because the volume is so high on US 82 that people are stopping the red light and you're getting a lot of people rear-ending each other. And then to what y'all were talking about, keeping traffic flowing, a lot of times we actually see when we install our cuts, it actually doesn't queue back near as far because what in the existing condition, people are sitting there at the stop sign trying to get a break to take a left or go straight across. And then when you install the R cut, you just gotta go right. And so they're not sitting there waiting so long. So it actually doesn't queue back near as far because you're just going right. Everybody's going right.
And then doing the U-turn.
If you're on 122 with make a left or straight across, you're having to compete against people across from you that are coming from Carswell. When you're looking to shift them down the intersection, you're not having that cross traffic that you have to worry about. So you're eliminating that,
Well, you're eliminating the cross traffic at Carswell, but then you're putting it at Industrial Park or Augusta Avenue right in front of the college.
What's
Because
gonna
that's the only
happen?
three you got right there.
Those trucks are gonna go down there to, Augusta Avenue. They're gonna take a left and go down there to Albany Avenue to go to that mill, and they're gonna tear them roads
They're gonna
all
tear
to
them roads all to
pieces.
pieces, because Albany Avenue, Carswell Avenue, and all those city county roads like that, they are not, they can't take that weight of them semis. And them semis will rut those roads completely out for those residents in there. And that's what we gonna have to get the brunt of, because then we gonna have to go in there and repay those roads.
Well, and that's what I said earlier. Some of these roads, like the ones on the, I'm not sure the name of it, the ones on the west side of Carswell Avenue, you may need to sign it for no trucks. So keep them on state routes and to make them do that U-turn.
Guide them up.
Yep.
Truck drivers don't pay attention to that.
It's hard for a truck to
don't
get
pay
across that
attention to
road
that.
right now, so he needs to do
It's hard to
something.
get across
Go to
there.
the
It is
right.
hard to get across.
He can't hardly get across there.
But it's gonna be also hard to make that U-turn down there too.
The
I
trucks
mean,
don't care about them signs.
So I like the idea that you're presenting. I think it's a good plan to keep that from happening. I think a lot of times whether it's on the Carswell side or the 122 side, just like Barry was saying the other day, it backed up 5-10 minutes. Well, I know how I'd be if I was in the last car in that line. When I got up to the stop sign, I'm going to be impatient and I'm going to jet across as soon as I get a small opening, and that's when people get in crashes. You know, because they misjudge it because they're in a hurry. I done been sitting in that thing for 10 minutes. I'm late for work. Now I'm going to jet across. But if we were able to move the traffic, keep it moving to the right, we don't have that backup and that backlog and people trying to jet across the intersection. So that kind of stuff, you know, is it going to be aggravating at first and have to get those truckers to learn how to traverse that? Sure. But I think at the end of the day, it'll be worth it.
Yeah, and I think too, in conjunction with what Commissioner Tender was saying, just human nature, we oppose to change. We want everything to keep going like it's always gone. And sometimes, you know, myself included, when you make a change, sometimes you complain, say, we just need to leave it like it is, but then later on, months or years later, say, that was one of the best things that have ever happened. And like I said, I know we got issues and concerns about the trucks and everything, but I do know that when you come up to one on Carswell and you go across there, you better make sure you looking all at your peripheral and everywhere. Because them vehicles are traveling 65 miles an hour. And you coming from a dead stop, so you got to come on across there. But like I said, if you turn right, you eliminate that danger of getting hit when you're coming across there. So
Well, you gotta get in the gas, cause they come to 65 miles an hour.
Let me ask you something, how, do you know exactly how long that turning lane will be to make the U-turn?
So we have a minimum,
got-
we have a minimum standard for left turn lanes, and that's based on the speed limits and the ADT. And then we also, and when we're also doing these traffic studies and doing the designs, we'll do a queuing analysis. And if the queuing analysis shows that the queue backs up past the minimum standards, then we'll extend it to be beyond the minimum.
I know for safety reasons that it's better, it'd be better that way than it is to leave it like it is. Because you can't, it's hard to turn that curve.
And that's also in a
It's hard to go
curve right
across.
there too, where you gotta make
It's
that.
hard to go across.
There's a curve there where you're gonna put that turning lane.
Yeah, how far are you
Cause you're
going?
coming right out of a curve, that's about a 50-degree curve, 45-degree.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the length is right now, but we would assure that it meets the minimum standards, and we look to the queuing analysis to make sure it's
Right now,
the
it's
queue.
left turn lane there's not long enough.
Yeah, so we would extend the left turn lane to at least meet the minimum.
Extend the left turn and potentially widen the apron on the.
And do a little jug handle around so trucks can make the.
So would that be up there at the light?
No, it's, right.
It'll be the one in the middle between the two.
Well, let's see,
There's Anita Street, and then there's
right
a
there.
crossing back this side of Anita Street.
Cause I rode,
I
but I
can't think of the name of the road.
This
Got
is,
it.
This is a road.
Dirt road, yeah,
I think they're looking at it.
but there's a
lights.
major one, there's 2 traffic lights in that one.
Up there by Steve Bonner.
There's West Avenue right there. This is going.
They still not know, way that they could be some flashing stop sign lights put up on each side of 122. Well, say a quarter of a mile before you get there. Cause a lot of people tells me that they run up on that road before they know it because it's dark, especially at night, they just can't see.
Yes, sir. So if we don't move forward with this, we'll look at some other alternatives, and mostly the only other alternative this time that we haven't ruled out is leaving the existing condition and doing additional signing and marking.
Well, like I said, I know there's a bad problem when people going straight across, cause I try not to do that because, it's very dangerous there. But I'm just concerned about the trucks on down,
It's hard for a log truck to turn to the left there anyway.
It's very hard for them. That's what backs the traffic up now, and you might have 6 or 8 trucks there waiting to turn. It might take you 10 minutes sometime or 15 to get out,
Yes, sir. We're just not recommending that right away because traditionally flashing beacon studies are shown to reduce crashes by about 7%, while our cuts, particularly this kind, are shown to reduce crashes by about 60 to 70%, particularly crashes this type. So we obviously want to go with the one that reduces crashes by the most percentage. And also when we were looking at study like crashes, the majority of them did show that they were stopping and then pulling out. But if we do not move forward with our cut, then we will potentially look at doing some additional signing and marking.
Put us a red light there.
No, sir, that would not fall under signing and marking.
Hey, do we need to do this today? I mean, are y'all satisfied with doing it or?
I don't wanna do it today, I wanna talk amongst us.
Go back out there and do another road study.
Yeah,
Y'all wanna do it now or you wanna, let's see if we can get, we don't wanna tell them not to.
Right. I would rather us
don't
wait
wanna
for
do
a
that.
minute.
Yeah,
Let us-
we
let
got
us
to have
talk
help
about
out
it,
there
Not
no
yet.
matter.
not yet,
And then we
not
can-
I
today.
don't wanna say no.
I don't wanna say no, but I don't wanna say yeah today either.
Let's,
We don't need an answer today.
We're not, no, I mean, you can give us a little,
Of course.
yeah.
table it. and
So
let's
we'll
talk
table
about
it and we can come back to it at a better time.
Yeah. And if there's any other additional,
Soon, but we'll come back to it.
if there's any other additional information y'all can share with us, the maybe thing that we haven't thought among ourselves that maybe could help us, come to that decision, because as it stands right now, I know that, and I'll talk with Commissioner Tindall, that you put the R cut there, and you, like I say, you don't have to go across. If we say, well, no, we're not gonna do it, and someone has a bad wreck out there, whatever, I would hate to be sitting there and say, maybe that could have been avoided if, had done that. So, that's what we're here to make, sometimes tough decisions.
Of course.
Right.
I know that a trucker ain't gonna like it, cause
Yeah.
walking beams is not easy to replace on one.
Yeah.
I own a bunch of trucks, and it's kinda expensive, to fix the brake,
Yeah.
with a load of logs on it, just go up there and make a U-turn.
Yeah.
You wanna avoid all the turns you can.
And like I said, in this particular location, we're predicting a lot more traffic rerouting, and it's not as much of U-turns as we see in other locations we installed our cuts, because there are a lot of alternate routes, such as going down further down 82 and then making a left of the traffic signal to get on Carswell, and other alternate routes such as that. So we don't predict 100% of the lefts and throughs to turn into U-turns, if that makes sense. So,
Okay, an alternative with a red light, don't want it, then we can't,
no, sir, we looked at
DOT
that.
won't go with us.
No, sir, we cannot install a red light, with these traffic volumes along the side street. But, y'all have any other questions?
I wanna make sure we're clear on that.
Yeah. So the red light
We
is
might
out.
wanna hold out, thinking we
Yes,
might get a
sir,
red light.
The red light is out, we've, analyzed that, and it does not meet our standards for that.
Could we vote for
Unfortunately, no, sir.
it? I mean, we're gonna vote on this, but vote on red light. I appreciate y'all.
Hey,
Sir?
You can vote on it, just might not happen.
I got you. I appreciate it.
All right, well, if y'all have any other questions that come up later, then shoot me an email. Mr. Schubert had my email address.
Yes, sir.
We'll anticipate hearing from y'all.
okay,
Okay.
Thank y'all.
I appreciate
y'all.
y'all. Thank
we're,
y'all for
we're
what y'all do.
good, and we'll get back to that, we appreciate y'all coming. And, thank y'all. All right, now, what do you got, Ricky Wade?
Who we got?
Let's go to the agenda items. I'm gonna have to turn it over to Mr. Cox
Okay.
to approve this next thing, so I'm gonna let him chair. I'm not supposed to do that.
All right. This is to approve contract with Thrift Brothers LLC for Short Street paving, and I'm gonna turn it over to the county manager and let him explain the bid processing and how we became about doing this.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chairman and Commissioners. This is a request to approve the contract with Thrift Brothers for the paving of the short streets. I think it was listed as 2023 Phase 1 local funds, and they're listed in your packet. But these roads were bidded out, and during the bid process, the bid opening was held on July 2nd, 2025 at 2 p.m. And Thrift Brothers LLC was the lowest and best bid in the amount of $1,351,112.15. And then the funding amount for the 2025 LMIG is $1,119,535.22. And so the county would have a responsibility of $231,576.93 out of SPOS funds. But these items were bid, and we received 3 bids, and Thrift Brothers was the lowest bid.
That's the lowest bid, okay.
And this is also for the performance bonds as well. That's all included.
Okay.
This is all in, well, I was about to say it's all in Emerson Park, but it's not.
But it's the various short streets.
Streets located.
Majority's in Emerson Park, and then there's some other short streets just throughout that little urban area, trying to move the graders out of the urban areas.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that too about the graders, and I think, Commissioner Tender, he kind of led the charge on this about a lot of these streets are very short streets, and that's how it gets that name, 300, 400 feet. But if we gonna pave these streets, then we won't have to have the graders over there doing those streets, so we can and pretty much get them all, you know, in that area. So I think that's a smart move, you know, to do it that way. And also, I think the contracts specified that they have like 240 days.
That's
I guess,
usually
you
what
know,
they
barring
state.
inclement weather or something like that, which is all spelled out in the main contract, you know, the different things that
Yes, sir.
would have to happen. So I think it's a good thing, you know, that we're gonna get it and getting the short streets, and then we got some long streets that we had done too, and I got a couple that I would like to try to see, but right now we're dealing with these right here.
Yes, sir. This is actually, some paving and resurfacing, so.
Right.
Is there any more discussion?
I like it. I think it's gonna be very, very beneficial for the community.
And let's see.
And we've already approved the bid opening on this thing, the last
Right.
meeting. This is just approving the contract that we're having with them. Yeah.
What the chairman's got to sign. Well, he can't, he got it done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna call for a vote.
Well, I think we just move it over to the regular meeting.
Oh, that's right, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We'll move it over to the regular meeting, I'm getting ahead of
Okay.
myself.
We'll let you call for a vote next time.
Okay,
Yeah,
that'd be
yeah.
good.
Yeah. Just sit on it.
I'm ready to get this over with, let's move on.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll turn it back over to the chairman then.
okay. We're gonna go on to B. Okay, this is to approve the title search, appraisals, and purchase of right-of-way for the Wadley Road. And, we're gonna authorize the council to go ahead with that title, so is there any discussion on this? This is for, I know part of it is for the Wadley Road, we're gonna have to realign some of that road, and we're gonna take some property a little bit along that edge there, so we got to move on that.
Yeah, and also, Mr. Chairman, in conjunction with that, like I said about the Wiley Road, and also to authorize the manager to hire an appraisal to do for right away on Albany Avenue.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is, okay, I think we did that one last time, didn't we?
We did.
We did.
We gave you on Albany
Yeah.
Avenue.
We
But
gave
this
To the
that,
bridge.
All right, now this is
This
only
is
for
the
Wiley
same-
Road.
This is the Wadley Road,
It's to do the same thing for Wadley Road that you did last month.
For Albany.
For Albany
Okay,
Avenue.
okay.
And I apologize, I think this should be Wally and Slash Pine.
Slash Pine
Yeah,
and
and
Wadley
Banks.
and
So I didn't add
What
those,
about
those
Elmer
other
Thrift?
two.
Elmer Thrift and Banks
Elmer
Lane.
Thrift already has the right of way, I believe.
It's already wide enough.
what about Banks? Banks
That's
Road,
why
Banks
we
Lane?
need to add Slash Pine and Banks Road and Banks Lane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So the one for Albany, we already took care of that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So will it be all right for us, since we mentioned it here, to do Banks?
You can just add Banks Lane and Banks Road
And I'll put it
and Slash Pine, and we'll change the agenda in the sheet, so.
Okay,
Okay, they can be added in it.
yes, sir.
And this will be just to, have the title search, have it appraised, and then we offer the appraisal amount, if they're not willing to dedicate, of course.
To buy the property. Okay. All right.
Dedicated to get it paid.
All right, then any more discussion on it or anything?
No,
Let
sir.
her go ahead and
Let her go ahead with it.
go ahead with it. Okay, let's move this one over. Okay. Let's go to C. Approve the road list for the 2025 LMIG. We have $500,000 surplus. That money was left over in projects.
Yes, sir. So, the 2025 CDBG grant, I think it's all in here, is, this money was left over from that grant after we put in what we have to contribute. So on the CDBG, and I didn't realize this until we started, until it got in the process, but on the CDBG grant, for the $1 million that we're asking for, you have to match, or you have to contribute $100,000 of local funds. So we have to use some SPOS funds to go through that. So what we have to do is actually, when you look at it, you would actually contribute 200 plus 10% of the LMIG, and then the 10% of local funds to go towards that CDBG project. And when we do that, then you'll have $552,815.76 left over, that we need to put a list together, and so we can go ahead and apply for the LMIGs, so we can have that money sitting in the bank waiting for those projects to get underway.
Okay.
So, and then if you attach to there, attached to the sheet on the second sheet, from our previous discussion last month, this is just some roads that came out of our discussion. And I don't know if anybody wants to, I mean, if it's a go or no. I think Grove Avenue, Commissioner Burson and I have talked about that. That will probably come off because the city is going to do some utility work within a year. So we don't really want to spend any money there. But the only one that wasn't talked about was Bland Road. But if you ride down Bland Road on the edges, it's like this, and the road, they're just getting bigger and bigger. They're moving towards the center. It's like the base is collapsing on the edges, and it's moving towards the center. That's a short, you see 0.16. And then North River Road, I put the entire mileage on there, 2.7. But I think we can maybe come back and do either some spot patches along the edge. But we do need to do something on that road because that's on our restriping grant that we have. So we need to do something, either some patches on the edges. And then Needham Road, I put the entire mileage on that, which I don't know if that can be something that we can do some patching. East Waring, I don't know if you've seen East Waring, but it's on that sewer lane. It's probably got 6-7 inch divots in it that is sunk, so we need to do something there.
Okay.
And then Terra Road, I put the entire amount on Terra Road, but it might be some spot patching as well. I think it's gotten some base breakdown in it. So, but I'm just, I believe that these roads would exceed that 500,000 that we have here. But I didn't know if the commission may want to put some more on there or change some of these out. So,
Okay. We probably put these out, get a price on them, or
I can get some estimates on it.
Get some estimates on them and see if it'll cover these right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because North River Road, you're just gonna do the deep patching on the edges.
That's what we can do.
Resurface that Needham Road a little bit. It's got some rough places in it, real bad.
And the Grove Avenue, we just gonna take it off?
And Grove, you can't do Grove?
Well, the city's got utility work within, they said the end of, or late next year.
Oh, they
There's
got
no reason in paving it if they're gonna go in there and dig it
Well,
up.
that's what I told him.
Okay.
And he checked with the city manager, and I think he pretty much verified that they will be doing some work over there within next year?
He said end of late next year. It's number 25 or something on their list, I think what he said.
Okay. Would they be going back and paving it once they get it done, or would they?
I believe that's their plan was to do. Cause he said paving, so I called him back and I said, well, are y'all gonna do any utility work? Because they were just gonna pave it, and we could go ahead and do resurfacing, but he said, no, we're gonna do utility as well. So we don't wanna do any paving if they're gonna do utilities, cause it's gonna be a cut up street.
And that road's in bad shape. It's run parallel with McKinney Center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
I could look and see if one block there, because that one block's the worst.
yeah.
And where you actually got cracks that wide, almost looks like sheets of asphalt there and there. We could look at that and see if they're gonna do anything within that one block, maybe, and add that on there.
And, I think, Mr. Chairman, that's one of the things that I hope we can accomplish when we have these joint meetings, especially with the city, to find out what they're doing, and that way we're not coming behind them or getting ahead of them doing something. But if we kind of communicate with each other, we kind of know what in the plans,
Well, I don't plan on doing anything in the city without talking to the city manager first.
Right.
Mr. Jimbo, don't we have a meeting with the city coming up?
13th.
13th? Wednesday.
A couple of days.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be the city, school board, and the county commission all meeting together. So we can
bring this list with us and bring our other list with us and speak to them then, couldn't we?
Well, you maybe, just ask about communication. I don't know that I would actually consider a list, but,
Yeah.
cause they might not come with their list, so, but we see what, it's kind of like a collaboration meeting, so see how we can work together and move this county and city forward.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's gonna be really good to have this starting out where we've got all three entities coming in,
Together.
talking at the same time, even if we're just gonna be talking that
Right.
one meeting about the,
Exactly.
about the millage rate, taxes, stuff like that. But then if we can continue on and learn how to work together and communicate, we can do what you're saying.
Hospitals coming as well, or they're supposed to, they said they were, a few hospital representatives.
It's gonna be a good.
Is Roger
okay.
going, is Roger coming to do? Roger gonna be there?
I think I asked him to come.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it would be nice for him to be there.
Yeah, I
All
told
right.
him that he needs to.
Well, we're gonna just carry this over then, or let you get some prices on it, and just
Yeah, I'll get some prices. on these.
estimates, and then we can see if we can do it, and go ahead with it.
I'll get some prices and we'll put it on the second meeting in August.
Or do you need to go ahead and apply for the grant? I mean.
I don't have to
Need to,
apply for
probably
the
need to
grant. Grant's not due until January.
We got
But
plenty
if
of
we
time.
apply for it now, then, that's interest that the grant will draw while we're getting everything, all the plans done. So
Right.
essentially give us more money to do a little more with.
Okay,
So that's why I was trying to get it done.
okay, all right. We'll get some estimates and then see if we all right with these and approve it. Okay. All right, any more on it? Let's carry it over. All right. Now we got the IT surplus request, monitors, computers, scanners, large format printer and copiers. So, come on up here.
Mr. Chairman, before Mr. Carlos speaks, we also added in your packet under under this item, we added fire department and EMS department.
They got some stuff too.
Yeah, so they have some things, and there's letters in there from Chief Meadows and from the EMS. Let's go ahead, Carlos.
All right, so what we're requesting in the surplus is just additional computers that we have. A few printers that have been up here forever in storage, the scanners as well, and the scanner, all this equipment is outdated and no longer useful for the county.
Okay. Any, y'all got any question on that? Is it, a lot of that's in that building down there?
We got rid of all that. This is stuff that was in this building up here that was in storage.
Okay.
No small offices could use any of those copiers or anything like that?
No, the copier is over at the elections office, and so I guess that was purchased by the election office for them, and then they got a new one, and so they don't need it anymore.
Right.
So we're hoping to sell that at auction and hopefully get some money back off of that copier.
That'd be good.
All right. Any more questions on it?
And
Okay.
And
Thank
Mr. Chairman, your fire items from the fire department, that's gonna be old turnout gear that have expired, that they can no longer use.
Yeah.
And then also some hoses that are out of date that they can no longer use. And they'll be boxed up, and a fire department, I think from North Carolina, will come get those. And then we'll attach letters in all the boxes, then they'll be sent overseas to, or somewhere to like a third world country for them to use.
You legally can't
So
sell that, I don't think, can you?
Somebody else is gonna get those fire hoses and all that stuff, so they're gonna come pick that stuff up.
I think that's good that, they will still have some use, but we just, at the time is expired for us.
Right.
Their useful life, as far as we're concerned, we have to abide by that.
Okay.
And the EMS has a few monitors, a few cables. And,
They sell them or they just give them to them?
They'll donate to to that other county, that other fire department.
Donate them?
Oh, and then they donate them to that country as well.
They didn't donate them to us?
So, that's how
I
it
think
works.
what he's saying is the US has an expiration date and we can't use them, but those countries that don't have anything will use them,
They can use them.
We'll
cause they
send
have
them
nothing.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's a good neighbor, ain't it?
A good neighbor.
Help one another,
Help our
that's
neighbor
right.
out.
Okay, let's carry that over.
Gotcha.
All right, a progress report from the Ware County Development Authority. Mr. Jason, will you come up, please?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, thank you for your time. I'll make it very brief because I know we're very short on time right now. But in your books, I provided the county manager, the last several project progress reports that I provide to my board members each month for our meetings. That's kind of a 10,000-foot overview of what we're doing. And as you'll see, we've got a significant increase in the number of projects that we're actively working right now. Some of those are coming to fruition, but we cannot make any announcements on those until the company is ready. But you'll see that I've included some potential job numbers in parentheses behind there. So we've got a lot of prospects sitting on the horizon. So just keep your fingers crossed on that. Just a brief update, we are clearing the Gus Carl Parkway, the last half of the property, which is about 90 acres. Once that is complete, we need to go ahead and get Gus Carl Parkway paved. We're working, I was just up in Atlanta for the Contractors, Connections, and Closers Summit, which was working with hoteliers, retailers, things like that, because that is across from the recreation complex, the high school, and in the area that is really starting to develop up on this side of the community. We are really pushing to get that area growing, which will be very beneficial to the county as a whole as we see growth in housing take place on the west side of the county. The other thing that you're going to see is you should have received an email already. I know I've received confirmation back from Commissioner Burris and Commissioner Tindall's looking at his schedule, but on the 19th, GATX is having both a ribbon cutting for a project that they just finished and a groundbreaking ceremony for a new project that they're starting. In the last few years since COVID, they've added over 66 jobs, full-time, hourly and salary positions. They are now the second largest location. Waycross is the second largest location for GATX in the United States. And we are just behind Texas.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask you something? Jason, I know you're talking about the west side being developed a lot. Now, we're gonna need your help. All of the west side water goes through Waycross.
That's correct.
Every bit of it goes through downtown Waycross. And I've been trying to get people to look at this thing, and the only way we can get help is through the Corps of Engineers.
Okay.
We need some of these canals downtown. Right now, some of these canals are, even when you go to build a night around that schoolhouse, every bit of that water comes right down through Waycross. And them canals down there is gonna flood out. We're gonna eventually we need to look into that.
So the city
ahead of time.
just
I want this to be on record. It needs to be looked into before we build too much on the west side. Or we need to keep going on it, build it. I don't want to stop it. But these canals need some work done on them.
The Army Corps of Engineers was just here a few weeks back, met with city leadership. The city has been working on the canals, getting them cleared out, and they've made significant progress over the last several months. So if you see the amount of rain that we've had recently, it is not backing up like it was, so significant improvements have been made, and the Army Corps of Engineers is coming back with some other recommendations for the city on the canals. With our project, we're going to be doing a comprehensive drainage study for that entire 150 acres, which will include putting in a very large retention pond and detention pond, and possibly even a controlled release valve, so that when it's dry, we can release water to lower the levels of the retention, which will allow for the collection of more water during our peak rainy season and help with that canal flow. But I understand what you're saying, and we're definitely gonna keep working on that.
Cause we're losing some businesses out on Memorial Drive right there behind Wendy's and Gold Key, they have problems there in that welder shop. All that gets flooded out and it's undermining, them guys have spent a lot of money on that wall.
According to the city manager and city officials, the Corps has looked at that area when they were out here, and they are coming back with some recommendations. We also have some challenges over by the railroad, where the old General Box factory is, where Jack's Box is now.
Right.
With that canal, and they're actually adding those apartment complexes there, so that's going to impact that area. So that has been something that's brought up to the city as well to address.
They look at Mary Street Park too.
Mary Street Park, if you'll go by Mary Street Park, you'll see that they have done some significant clearing of that area.
So I remember when they went through and put tires in there.
They just cleared a lot of dirt out there and debris.
Every bit that's connected, everything.
That was all I
you said is
wanted, just
connected.
make sure that we'll look into some of that.
Yes, sir.
And that's all. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So in addition, one of the greatest challenges, everybody wonders what we do. We're out promoting Waycross and Ware County all the time. If you realize what economic development is, it's trying to make sure Waycross gets the same recognition of Atlanta, Savannah, Dallas, Texas, Dubai. We're competing globally. We really are. Now we're seeing some of the effects of the tariffs with companies from overseas looking at the United States, and we're trying to capitalize on that. I'm aggressively reaching out to companies that I know that are seeking other areas and trying to show them why they need to be right here because of our close proximity to the Georgia ports of Savannah and Brunswick and the Jacksonville ports. We've got the CSX logistics here, which is sometimes a pain for us, but the impact that that logistic hub has for our community is something that most communities in the United States cannot brag on. So the more we buy, the more we need the rail, the more we need the truck traffic. And so that is a huge selling point for us for growth for our community. We're seeing a lot of traffic coming in now. The Simmons building, which was privately purchased about a year and a half ago, it has had probably about a half a dozen to a dozen looks in the last 2 months. So there is a lot of activity going on for that building. The thing that we do not have right now that is really hurting us is available space of 50,000 square feet and above. That is 30-foot wall height minimum. So that's the thing that's killing us. And for us to build a spec building that meets those parameters, we're looking at probably $5 to $10 million, depending on the type of building we build, because you don't want to restrict yourself and build a 75,000 square foot building, and that's all you've got. It's got to be expandable. So when we're talking about equitable funding and things like that, for us to be competitive, those are conversations we've got to have. Because if we really want to be playing with the big boys, we've got to be ready. We're clearing all the trees, because that was a big issue that we had when I came on board 2.5 years ago. We had standing timber everywhere. You cannot attract industry with standing timber, because if you're building a business, which most of you have had or do have businesses, you know it's going to take you 6 to 12 months additional work before you can actually start building your business and become operational. So I bring all that to your attention because those are some conversations we've got to have to make sure that while we've got the momentum, we can capitalize on that momentum. And I'll entertain any questions that y'all have at this time.
Y'all got any questions?
I do, Chair. I got one.
Go ahead, Jim.
Go ahead.
Can you give us an update on that? I can't remember the name of that.
I have no updates to provide. I've reached out to them multiple times. I have not received any responses at this time. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
And one big industry can be detrimental compared to 10 smaller industries that will equal the same number of jobs.
Absolutely.
But I have not heard anything to the contrary, but I have not heard anything at all.
Yes, sir. Lieutenant.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. First of all, Jason, I just want to commend you for the effort you put into what you're doing. And this progress report, I think that's very unique right there. I mean, it's pretty much lets us get a picture of what's really been going on, you know, in a little small way, you know. And so I appreciate that. And like I said, I know in order to attract industry and to have industry coming here, it's gonna take money to do it. And that's where we are, this commission and this community, we need to try to decide whether we really wanna play with the big boys, as you said, because to play with the big boys, you got to come with the big bucks a lot of times. So I don't know how we're gonna do it, but maybe it's a way that we can do it in this community where we can have an adequate size spec building at some point in the future. And in reference to the Gus Carr Parkway and all that there, now I know it was something that they were wanting, the city was wanting to kind of partner with them on that. And I think what our position was is we did it, we were talking about basically like ditches for the drainage, right? But they were wanting the curb and the gutter, right? So is that still what they're wanting to do, is have curb and gutter there? Or?
So that discussion is still taking place. One thing that we need to keep in mind is what the end game is, what we're trying to recruit to that area. So when you're dealing with retail space that is gonna be pretty much an asphalt jungle, is curb and gutter better or are ditches better? And that's something that we need to consider both for curb appeal and for effective drainage. And I think through that drainage study, that'll help us have that conversation as well. And piggybacking on what you said about the money, it's not just the money. The other thing that we've got to work on, which I'm working on very closely with our K through 12 system, our technical college, and our university college that we've got here, is workforce.
Right.
We only have a 50% workforce participation rate, ages 16 to 65 and over. That is lower than the majority of our neighbors. The state average right now is 63.4%. We've got to get these people that are not in the workforce and find out why they're not working. We cannot buy the fact that it's not because of good wage jobs. Because if you go out to any one of our industries right now and you gain the skills, you could easily be making $60,000 and up a year within a few short years. We've got good paying jobs here if you're willing to show up to work. I spoke to 3 industries last week and they all said the exact same thing. We put a job ad out there, we get 100 applicants. 50 of those applicants we have to throw away because of the fact that they do not have good work ethic. They do not have any experience, and we call them and they don't answer their phone. The other 50, 25 will actually show up to the interview. If you hire 5, 1 will stay the whole day the first day.
Yeah.
That's a problem. And it's not just in industry, it's in our commercial, it's in our retail sector, it's everywhere. We have got to fix our workforce problem. And it's not just us, it's everyone. So.
Like you say, it's
That's why Simmons left, isn't it?
Yep.
No, it is not.
Workforce.
Simmons left because of a poor business decision that they regretted after it was too late. They filed bankruptcy. A decision had to be made to close the location. A decision was made to close this location, and they later regretted closing this location, but it was too late.
Okay.
Did we purchase that building when they left?
We did not. It was a private. We did not have the money to purchase that building. So it was a private investment group that purchased the building.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
No, sir.
Any more questions? Anybody got questions for us?
I appreciate the job Jason
Jason, we
does.
appreciate you coming. Appreciate the update.
and maybe Jason, know this, the old, Bank of America, someone had just repurchased that building, right?
Yes, that is my understanding. I
don't
have a lot of details of what they're doing. The Journal Herald building is also.
Journal Herald
sold.
been
Yeah,
sold
somebody
too.
purchased it.
Yeah.
That building will actually be, the Simpson Law Firm, because they've outgrown their current space.
Talking about the Journal Herald,
Simpson.
Simpson.
talking about the Journal Herald building.
Yes, the upstairs will be the law firm.
Law firm.
So,
Okay. Keep up the good
Thank you
work,
for what
Jason.
you do.
thank y'all.
Thank you, Jason. Okay. There's a resolution 2025-17 authorizing participation in ACCG, Irma Supplemental Medical Accident and Disability Fund, first responder and for PTSD program.
Post-traumatic.
Y'all know what that's about?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Fully aware.
Is there any discussion on it? Anybody got
Anybody can kind of explain this a little bit more? I know it's some type of insurance or something, right?
Well, it's
House Bill 451, which also I think is called the Ashley Wilson Act, mandates that county, cities, and state agencies provide a supplemental coverage for its first responders, and it's for first responders that's diagnosed with PTSD. And what it does, it helps bridges the financial gaps for first responders encountering with diagnosis of PTSD, and helps the extra expenses items such as deductibles, copays, and out-of-network treatments, and to offset loss of income. The resolution's here, and then also our premium cost is in there as well. So for Ware, it's the amount of first responders we have is $27,716, and you pay that in two payments, half first, and then the second half for the second half of the year.
And this to cover all the, well, I guess not all the first, but the one that been diagnosed maybe with PTSD.
No, it covers all of them.
It covers all of them,
Well,
but
the
then if
other
they
one-
get diagnosed, then there's caps that they have, but they get diagnosed, they can tap into this supplemental policy to help them with extra costs and help, so, medical treatment.
It's gonna cost us $27,000 a year,
Yes, sir,
additional premium.
it is.
And it's just to annual premiums are based on the eligible first responder census data provided by the county. So it's mostly just, everybody that's on board right now, they already have it. This is just for the volunteers.
No, this is for everybody.
It's for everybody.
Yeah, nobody has it. This is for everybody. This isn't medical coverage, this is for,
It's just,
it's like, I'm gonna say it's like Aflac.
Right.
It's a supplemental for, first responders who is diagnosed with, PTSD.
Yeah.
So is this be for public works and everybody?
No, first responders.
Just for first responders?
just for first.
Police, fire,
Yeah,
EMS.
police, fire, EMS. So, and it's mandated, you kinda have to, they,
Ain't got no other choice.
yeah, they
State said
say
you have to do
it's House Bill 451, so.
I always carried that when I had a business, that insurance. When you got upset, you go down there to the bar, get your beer, and talk to your neighbor, and cool off a while. So that's what they need to learn to do, and I pay that $27,000.
You really don't have no other choice though, do you? I mean,
You would just
No,
go,
you don't have to.
go open a tab for us.
Yeah.
So, Chairman, I don't know where he come up with some of this stuff he's coming up with. But, so there's 27,000 that's there for the first responders. So if we, I guess, I'm trying to say this, for people that have the PTSD, so do we have anyone like that that's under that now, or does the insurance cover that, the insurance that we have now?
I'm not sure. If we have
I'm with you
anybody
on that
under it or
one.
not.
How many is on it?
I don't know that we have anybody that's being supplemented at this point.
But we still have to pay this amount of money
Every year.
every year just in case of someone there.
Yeah, cause it doesn't just go, from the way I understood it, this money goes into a pot. And all the agencies, maybe pull from it, I'm not real sure.
And this
Because
was-
there's certain caps for each thing, so.
And this was done from the state, right, in the General Assembly, so it's one of those unfunded mandates.
Right,
In other words, we telling you what you got to do, but you're gonna have to do it.
and they did it for themselves too, so, cause they had to do it for all their first responders.
Well, actually,
Well, it said it was
Mr.
an
Manager,
actual.
it's got volunteer first responders on here too.
It does to everybody.
Yeah, but it covers them at a portion of what it covers
Right.
full-time worker for.
Yeah.
They don't cover them for the same amount.
Chairman, it's named the Ashley Wilson Act
Yeah.
because she's the policeman whose partner was shot and died basically in her arms.
Mhm.
And it affected them greatly. And there's a lot of people that's happened to, maybe somebody that goes to a wreck, maybe a child, they see them in a very bad condition, and it will affect them, and that's what that's for.
And I don't believe most insurance covers treatment for the PTSD.
Right.
Well, and certainly even if they do, it wouldn't cover deductibles and co-pays, and so that's the idea,
Right.
is that there'll be money immediately available for those sort of things.
So council, we don't have, we're gonna have to.
Well, we
support it.
have, what the bill requires is providing the supplement. It doesn't say how you have to provide it. So this, through ACCG is certainly one way to meet that requirement. And it's the recommended way of staff, is my understanding. So, but the bill itself requires the supplemental insurance be given to the first responders. And so, some counties are self-insured, and so they may be providing it, in different ways. So I wanted to kind of clarify just as far as, yes, it is required that we provide it, and then how we provide it, is determined as best, depending county by county, what they have available.
Now, Counselor, you saying we have to provide it, but do we pay it or do the employees pay it out of their check?
No, it is an unfunded mandate. It is that
Says it's
the
mandated
counties,
by the state.
the counties do provide it. And so we either, we provide it through contracting with somebody like ACCG IRMA. So then, they're serving as, okay, we pay you all a certain amount of premiums each year, and then if we have anybody that qualifies, and it's it's very detailed in the statute as far as how to even qualify. It's got to be a diagnosis by a certain type of professional, and only certain, and they've got the list of who first responder wise and volunteer wise, would qualify and how much they would qualify for, and all those different sort of things. So.
First time they've ever had this.
So this company right here is,
Yeah,
is ACCG.
yeah.
It's a branch of ACCG.
arm of
They're
ACCG.
an arm. That's right. Their insurance portion.
And that's the first time they've ever offered this to first responders.
Well, because it's been the first time it's required, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, after they passed the bill, like you're
That's
saying.
right.
Well, they
It
passed
came
that
out of the
bill.
bill.
So is
The
there, any-
Ashley Wilson Act.
451.
so James, is there anything that we need to do as far as investigating to see if that's something that we can offer in-house with our current insurance package?
I
To meet
think
the
you're,
requirements of it?
Our insurance is through ACCG.
yeah,
Oh, so if we added to it, then it would be,
Yeah.
this would be the easiest way to.
yeah, and I think our HR, she's not here, she's out on leave, but, she looked at this and this is what
Okay.
they came up with.
So they've already investigated to see if there's any other route that we could or should take that would, help cut some cost or what have you.
Well, this is directly from ACCG. So we're gonna be getting
They
the
have
coverage
an
from,
underwriter, because I actually called on it last week for another reason, that our property and liability comes through ACCG, but of course they have an underwriter that does that because it's kind of like all the counties are self-insured, but our HR I basically handle insurance for our vehicles and buildings, property, and she does it for the people. So she does the workers' comp and now this, and of course she has our health insurance, which is something totally different. But this is all through ACCG, and they have underwriters that do that. They kind of steer us in the right direction and look for what is best.
but it's not gonna cost the employee nothing.
No.
And it was really.
Is that what you was asking, John, that our insurance company already was?
Right, well, you know, I was just looking to see if that was something that, if there
Could
was
be
another way
added.
for us to go about it, being self-insured, that I didn't know if there was some other kind of arm that we could put on it in-house to do it, but if we're getting the coverage through ACCG already, then, you know,
They've done that for us.
but I was just seeing if we had investigated to see if there was another option out there that would give the same benefit, but might save the county a few $1,000s.
I was given this Tuesday, so.
Okay. Well, I mean, my opinion is, I mean, I'm fine with it as far as, you know, obviously we don't have a choice. We've got to do something, but I wouldn't mind just a follow-up visit on this to see if there is another option to go with that would still give the same coverage, you know, qualify with this House bill, but just, you know, not add nearly $30,000 to our budget.
I'll, when we take a break, I'll talk with our HR on break before we start our regular meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And see what she says.
Okay.
I was the same mindset he's on that. I mean, I know it's something that we pretty much gonna have to do one way or the other, cause if it doesn't, it'll look mighty bad on us to know that, hey, this is for the first responders, but then we saying we're not gonna do it, well then, hey, I can see what
There'll be consequences somehow.
Yeah.
We can't not do it because the state done said, House Bill 451 says we got to do it.
There'll be consequences.
What he said, we can look at some more options.
Right, you
Let's go
know,
with
before we just
ACCG.
jump right into it.
And usually your consequences usually,
penalties,
usually get you money for your grants.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, I mean, if she's already investigated other options and everything, that's the only thing I was just wanting to make sure of.
I'll see if she looked at some other options.
Is that if there was other options out there we could look at to provide the same coverage, but maybe something less expensive.
I'll catch her in the break.
I think that'd be a good
Timmy said
idea,
they
but
don't think nobody will beat them.
ain't nobody gonna beat ACCG because ACCG's for us.
Right.
So they're not gonna beat their prices. I mean,
That's fine. I mean, and like I said, I'm fine with doing this because I mean, not only do I think we have to do it because of that, but I'm also, I feel like it's a good thing to do for our first responders.
I'll get her with them break.
Any more discussion?
And this is only for first responders, right?
Right.
first responders, yes, sir.
Well,
Not
I tell
us.
you, Mr. Chairman,
You can't get
Mr.
on.
Chairman, sometimes I feel like after these 4 and 5 hour meetings, I have PTSD. You know, so I'm
That's
just wondering, you
Well,
know.
you better go down that.
Commissioner Burris, that's just cause you're sitting by Commissioner Chisholm.
You know, that might be what stabilizes it.
Let's,
Oh, boy.
let's carry that one over. Okay, and manager's comment.
We're going to approve that bar pit options.
Yeah, we got 2 borrow pits
Wait now,
Yeah,
on Ammons Road.
you got anything else?
Yeah.
I got a G on my paper.
yeah, it's at the back of yours.
It's on the back, right there, G,
Let's see, wait a minute.
go to G.
Yep. I got G on mine that says approve bar pit option agreements.
I didn't see
Hold on.
that.
G,
I can get it on my tab on the front.
right there.
Yeah. Okay, this is a request to approve 2 bar pit option agreements between Ware County and Rusty Tatum and two Ware County David Tucker. Both sites are located on Ammons Road and are less than 1 acre in size. So they just wanna haul the dirt out there.
Where the
They-
county dig will pond.
County gonna want to haul the dirt.
County gets the dirt.
Yes, sir.
Larry, come up here and tell us what you're gonna do.
Good afternoon.
Sit down.
How you doing?
We dug a couple of test holes right there.
Oh,
That's
see, it is
good
over
sandy
here.
clay type dirt.
It is over here.
And I can use it right there on Ammons Road as well as down there on,
Oh, okay.
Fire Tower.
Fire tower.
Fire tower.
Right there close to local hall.
Some on the Griffin Road.
Well, we might get some on the Griffin Road.
That's right there, that's right there at the Griffin
If we had a large
Road.
landowner right there, donate us a little piece of land there.
Yeah.
Each one on Griffin Road.
We might get one of them to donate.
But that's all that is, that's a simple agreement that the county used to do all the time, and I've done a few of them since I've been back to get there on some of these roads.
Now, is this dirt to stay dirt or dirt to build it up for paving?
Well, this would be some good dirt that's gonna mix with some of this sand and stabilize some of these roads much better by the time we mix it with everything. And you could use what we put there eventually as part of the base.
Okay.
I wanna mix some cement in with it, like soil cement, but But it'll be a great asset to that road, right there when we get through mixing and putting in, like we've done some up around Millwood and all.
Yes, sir.
But we'll dig a hole and,
Make us a fishing hole.
make somebody fishing hole, all I want is the dirt, right? They do
About
it
4
after
foot
that.
deep, then you're gonna get gumbo.
Sir?
There's some good gumbo down there.
There's some, but we dug 2 test holes on each, location there on your draw. And it was some of that nice sandy clay that they used out there on the 84 4-lane. And I figure it must be part of that where they built that big bar pit, that whole area there must be pretty much that type of soil.
Yeah.
So we was kinda glad to be able to find some decent stuff right there.
Where'd you get that dirt you put on my road?
Well,
That stuff needs some glue put in it, cause it goes in the ditch and causes ruts every time. Somebody can go there and spit on it and
it's free.
Do what? It's what?
John,
It's free.
It's free, yeah.
John,
It's free.
We probably don't need to go back there.
John, I talked to your neighbor the other day. He sold his house and moved to the other end of the road for that reason. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The booths.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Well,
they
there's
sold
some
their house.
gumbo
and
on
moved
that
to the
Griffin
other end.
Road, Clay. Can't go down that when it rains.
But we went and fixed that last week.
Yeah. It fixed 1 or 2 spots.
Oh, Brian gonna be mad, the road's fixed now.
Okay.
Good. Thank you,
Any
sir.
more
Thank you, Mr. Ray,
discussion on
appreciate
it?
it.
Sir,
Thank you.
hey, appreciate it.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Okay. All right, carry that over. Now, any more? Manager comment,
I'll save mine for the regular meeting.
okay. Commission comment. I hear a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Adjourn for, let's see, what we need,
10 minutes.
20 minutes?
10 minutes.
No,
10?
because we've got 3 public hearings.
You got, yeah, okay, about 10 minutes. Let's adjourn for 10 minutes. Come right back.
Do what?
I said, Mr. Barry said his pray.
All right, let's call this meeting to order. We're going to go into we got a public hearing. And, we've already did I need to do another roll call, make sure everything in order. Let's do a roll call. Mr. Burris?
Present.
Mr. Tindall?
Here.
Mr. Lucas? Here. Mr. Scott?
Here.
The chair is here. Okay. This is a public hearing for the comprehensive plan update for Monday, August 11th. And, Mr. Marcus, he gonna come up and, explain it to us.
Good evening, Chairman and Councilman and Commissioners. I'm here to let y'all know that we're starting the process of updating your comprehensive plan. I have a copy of your current comprehensive plan, which is up June 30th, 2026. I'm with the Regional Commission, South Georgia Regional Commission, and we usually take they give us usually a year to do these. We're required to have 2 public hearings, one at the beginning, one at the end to approve it. One at the beginning to let everybody know we're starting the process. And between that, we are required to have at least 3 stakeholders meetings. Sometimes we have, in my experience, some counties have more than 3 stakeholders meetings depending on the county. After this public hearing, I'll go about starting to find public stakeholders within Waycross and Ware County to sit on those stakeholders meetings. The meat of these comprehensive plans each year are every 5 years, which these have to be done by DCA standard and state law, is your work programs. I looked at your work program from this past comprehensive plan, and I realized that over the last 5 years, you guys have accomplished quite a bit and that is something that DCA wants to see. I have worked with some counties that have their work programs and hardly anything changes and everything's ongoing every time. But Ware County and Waycross have done a good job of getting some of their projects done and completed within those 5 years. I've been doing this for nearly 2 years now, and it is my suggestion that when we work on these and update these work programs, that we try to make goals that we can actually accomplish in those 5 years. That's not always the decision that the counties and cities make, but it looks like you guys have done a really good job now from the last time to this time. I'm gonna leave a copy with the clerk.
Okay.
I've also sent her a digital copy. If there is anything that you guys need from or questions that you have on that plan, I'll be scouring it. I'm also currently working on another county's plan right now at the same time, so it's a lot of work to get a 200+ page document done within that time frame. But if you have any questions for me, you can always contact me at the SGRC, or if you have any questions tonight, I'll try to answer what I can.
I just don't have any questions for you, Marcus.
I appreciate you having that ready for her, and appreciate the work you've done. Because I know it's tedious.
Are you out of the office here?
I actually work out of the office in Valdosta.
Valdosta.
Yeah, all of the planners happen to work out of the office in Valdosta.
Okay.
Regional.
And you might be getting some bad weather going home.
They gonna be a lot of projects. Is all the projects out already this year for the regional?
For
regional. For our county.
Which projects are you referring to?
Maybe I don't.
Chairman, he won't be involved with road projects.
He's not involved in the projects.
Involved in the
Yeah, I'm not in the transportation area, but those are probably some of the projects you may want to put in the next plan, those that you haven't completed yet.
Okay.
Once again, the DCA likes to see that you're actually completing things, and with those TIA projects, you know you're going to complete them once they get funded. Once you get the funding in for them.
So you actually, we don't know the ones that's coming, that's gonna be did this year ahead of I mean, what the regional is doing, what I'm trying to figure
I
out.
can get you a list of those projects, I just don't, I didn't work on the TIA projects, but I have a list
I
of
see them sometimes, but I haven't seen it lately.
Yeah, I can send it to the clerk, the county manager, and
Yeah.
so you guys can all have a list of those TIA projects.
I have a list in my office.
You have a list of what the regional is gonna put out this year,
What,
or what
for
they
Ware
put out?
County, for Ware.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was looking at it the other day.
well, you,
Yes, sir.
we have very many in our county that.
Well, I had contacted James about it, cause I was like, if you look at the projects from the past versus, other counties, compared to other counties, there was a lot less money spent in Ware County
Yeah, that's
than
what
the
I
other ones.
said.
But whenever you look at the upcoming projects, it kinda helps maybe balance some of that out. And unless the same amount of money is gonna go to the other counties as well. If they'll cool out on some of the money going elsewhere and put some more money here. And that's why I messaged James about it and was like, hey, we got to get on the soapbox and let's start fussing about this, because if you got $30-40 million going into Lowndes County, no offense, but you got $5-6 million going into Ware County. I mean, we put in $55 million over 5 years and we get $5 million back in a project, and so, I mean, even the bridge project is listed on Pierce County side, not on Ware County. So that money's not spent on our list, and so, but you're not the TIA thing, but that's the kind of stuff that I was looking at when I looked at that list.
That's right, that's what I was looking at, that's the reason I wanted to know how many was coming, cause we see 20 or 30 in Coffee County, Lowndes County, Tiff County, and a lot in Pierce County, but we don't seem to have nothing in Ware County.
You gotta have vocal.
We have a few grants.
You gotta be vocal on the board.
Gotta be
Roundtable.
vocal on the board and you gotta get stuff done.
So,
Ware County's been.
We ain't got no voice on the board.
not this board, but
Yeah, the regional,
the regional board.
yeah.
That's you.
And not regional, like RC board, but the TIA boards.
Yeah. Well,
You
on
want
our study for the region, for our comprehensive plan, say for the transportation on this perimeter road,
That's not him either.
we have not carried that to y'all yet. We don't, cause we haven't completed it. And we gotta do that before we can go to the regional with it.
That's a project that you would list in your transportation
That's
work
what
item
we-
in this plan.
We wanna
This
see
is
listed.
joint with the city.
Huh?
This is a joint comprehensive plan with the city.
So what are the things that are
For the
in
city.
that comprehensive plan that wouldn't be transportation?
I think there's 9 different elements, economic development, housing, and you're testing me to come off on top of my head.
Right. No, I just want to see.
Economic development, housing, transportation is one of them, so your road projects could go in there.
Right.
Your cultural and
Environmental.
some of the resources.
Environmental.
I think there's a different term, but.
Yeah, conservation resources.
Your facilities, public facilities, is one of those things that's in there.
And so we just look at all those things and see what we need to do over the next 5 years.
Land use is
Land
one of
use.
those, and I think you guys have been working on zoning.
We have been.
recently. And I think
John,
that-
I think it was short-term work program when you was on the board before. In the city, that's what it is. It's a
Okay.
short-term work
And
program.
now they just call it work program, they just typically.
Right.
short-term.
Okay, I was just kind of saying, I know it wasn't just
Yeah.
roads that we want to put on there, but it was other
Broadband is
things as well.
one of those elements, but I think there's 9 total elements, right?
Yes, vision and goals, needs and opportunities, analysis of data and information, broadband element, consideration of DCA community quality objectives, community policies, then your report of accomplishments, community work program, economic development element, and land use element.
Yeah. Well, I know we have been working on some zoning issues and trying to get those ready for more housing to be put up and things like, that's about 2 things we do around here, zoning and roads.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is fine, but,
Yeah.
so yeah, we are moving forward on some of those kind of things.
And like I said, this is done every 5 years, and these are some of the things that y'all, the things that'll go in it when it's completed will be some of the things y'all want to accomplish, in those areas in that 5-year period. When we do it again.
That's good.
Okay,
Appreciate it.
all right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Let's, carry it over. Okay. We got another one. We have anybody oppose that here? Anybody oppose this thing?
I wouldn't think so.
Okay. Let's move on to the Ware County Board of Commission public hearing for road closure on Lacey Street. Come on up, John, tell us about it.
Yes, sir. So the first one, that's going to be the request to close or abandon the right of way for Lacey Street. Lacey Street, it's an unopened roadway, just to the west of the intersection of Augusta and Carswell. So, go just past the gas station on Carswell, and it's this little empty right of way right through here on the map. I've also got it on the map for y'all as well. It should be in orange or reddish shades.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, it looks kinda like a thermometer. It's kinda like a thermometer.
Yeah, sort of a weird, diagonal stripe type deal on it. Yeah.
Is this the same fella on both sides of that road? The same property
Yeah,
owner on
the
both
same
sides of
gentleman,
it?
he owns both sides of the road. He's just looking to close it so he can, basically want to build a house there. So he just wanted to fill it in so he can put a house there.
Oh, okay.
Dale Poole is the gentleman that's the applicant. He's the property owner.
Okay.
It's approximately 500 foot long, about 500 foot, 500 by 50 foot, so 50 foot right of way. To the north of it, basically vacant property. To the south of it, vacant. But you got some residences right there on Carswell and down below Carswell. So not really anything there to interfere with it.
So does he have to buy that road back, or does it just divert back to him?
It goes both back to him.
Back to him.
Give it to him.
Presumably, yeah. Basically, Ware County just, it was a road that was dedicated back in like 1948, or at least they put it on the plats and all for it, but
Never got
Never
built.
was
yeah, it's one of
developed.
those old ones that they platted out but never got it really developed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nothing's been done with it for the past 20 years. Not really seeing any need for the road. As far as any cost involved, not really any cost for it. I mean, it's just
Give it back to him?
giving it or selling it, whatever the case may be. They just have to bring us a plat showing the
Change it.
property and change the hands. And puts it back on the tax rolls. So.
Is that strip that's perpendicular to it, it's kind of right behind the Minute Market? Is that just an access easement?
That is another road. That one is not being requested to be closed at this time. The property owners to the north of it, they want it left open for their
For
access.
access, right, yeah. And I imagine if this guy's gonna build a house back there, he
Yeah,
might even want to
he's
come
already
off
got
of
his
it.
driveway,
Come off of
built
this,
up off there,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
That could be a win-win for the county on that.
Yeah, I mean, this is a picture here for you. It's, this is from January, so I mean, it's fairly recent. But that's basically what it is, just trees out there, not really much out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Is there any questions? Anybody oppose this thing to be closed? Nobody oppose it? All right, we'll carry it over. Let's go to the next one. We got one more.
Yep, Sand Hill.
Public hearing, road closure, unnamed road. And this is a request to close and abandon an unopened and unnamed road located in block A of Sand Hill subdivision. Give us that.
Alrighty. Zoom in a little bit. another one of these where it was platted out, was actually dedicated to the county on the plat, and the county, commission signed off on it back in 1976, so July 6, 1976. There's a copy of the plat in there in your packet. Basically, he's just wanting to close, it's this cul-de-sac that's running off of, Sand Hill Road, just before you get to Neighbors. He just wants to close, he owns all the property around it, it's, Cody Dukes.
He won't own both
He's
sides,
the owner
but all of
owns the
it?
property, yeah.
Okay.
He's just wanting to obtain the right of way, so, he can do with it as he wishes on it. Yeah.
You say he wants to build a house too?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we do have him in the audience if you wanted to ask him questions.
Mr. Manager, what steps do we have to take to do that? To
Close the road.
close the road, give it back to the owner?
So, basically, this is the first step.
Right.
Do a public hearing, then you'll vote on it in a regular meeting. And then if it passes, then the landowner will have a survey done showing that road as a tract of land. So like parcel 2 and how many acres it is. And then if he owns on, they own on both sides of it, then our attorney will do a quitclaim deed, dedicating that, or deeding that property back to the property owner.
Okay.
If he owns half, if he owned on one side, he would get one half, and the other one would get the other half.
Yeah. Since he owns both sides.
He'll get the whole thing. And like you say, it goes back on the tax rolls.
Yeah.
The taxes will go up just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So you plan on building a home there?
Presumably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he was
We
just
do
saying.
have him here if you wanted to speak to him specifically on it.
I say give back to him.
Could you do?
The county ain't using it for
Okay.
nothing.
All right.
It ain't benefiting us.
But yeah, otherwise, it's pretty much similar type of situation as the previous one.
Yep.
I think there's somebody here that wanted to say something about it, against it, so
Oh, was there?
I think so.
We got anybody that opposes this closing?
I don't know if he heard you. back
Anybody
there.
that opposes
Anybody
this closing?
Anybody opposed to closing of the road?
Any-
say something about it, Commissioners. I just talked to him, and I don't know, and I asked him, I don't want no trailer park in there, we don't want no trailer park in there. He said he's gonna build a house, but they said that in the past. So I don't know, I don't want it. Now, if he's gonna build a house, I'll agree with that. I'm speaking for 7, they ain't here with me, but they're my neighbors. We had enough of that out there right now in Pebble Hill.
Sir, I'm sorry, do you mind just stating your name and your address for the
Okay,
record so the
okay.
clerk can get it?
Perkins James Sullivan, 5773 Sand Hill Road.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I didn't say that. Anyway,
How far do you live, sir, from?
probably,
They live around the block on the other side there. Nobody even lives out there close to it.
How much acreage you got around that road, sir?
12,
12 acres?
yes, sir.
So about, does that split it 6 on each side basically, or?
Pretty much, yes, sir.
So you're not gonna intrude on nobody because you own 12 acres?
I mean, that's what he asked me, he said, you gonna build a trailer park out there? I said, well, my landlord built a house for the time being, I said, but, I said, if it's happening making money, I mean, yeah, I mean, anybody's gonna do what they want to do.
Right.
I mean, they're basically all that's out there is trailers. So, I mean, I'm not trying to be a devil holder, I just feel like it's my land, I can do what I want to.
You got, it's 12 acres, you pay taxes on
Yeah,
it.
so what is it any current zoning on that, Mr. Manager?
85 on it, so I don't know what you're doing about it.
R75 MH.
Allows mobile homes and site homes. The thing is, for a mobile home park, generally speaking. Because there's no county water out there, there's no public water out there, correct? It's public water and septic tank. So really, you know, as far as saying a mobile home park, that's not feasible because you can only get 1 acre. You got to have 1 acre per manufactured home. So even in a park, if you do that, so when you put that amount of spaces or that amount of land per 1 home, it doesn't make it feasible to do a manufactured home park.
They're also worried about me putting in a campground out there.
So
I mean, because if somebody tried to put a campground in the actual neighborhood in there, the whole neighborhood got upset about it. They came up here and shut it down. Had nothing to do with me.
well, a campground.
Yeah.
RV park would require, it would only be approved as a conditional use. And it's not even allowed in the R75 MH district, I don't believe, is it, Dustin?
I'll have to double check on that.
So if it is, it's only allowed as a conditional use.
I think it's A,
So
C2.
if he wanted to do an RV park, he would have to come back before the board and go through that conditional use process. It had to be advertised, public hearing, and then the neighbors will be able to voice their opinion on that.
Now, what do you mean by conditional use?
That means that it's only, the commission has to approve it,
Planning commission would have to look at it, approve it, and then you guys would approve it.
basically. So, that's what they call a conditional use. It's proved separate as a, by the county commission.
Is it for a certain amount of time? Is it,
No, it's
once it's approved, it's approved?
It's approved.
So conditional use is, another one we had recently was a conditional use for the transfer station out at the industrial park.
Right.
So it's a similar situation for a conditional.
So if we close this road, then he can't put a trailer park in there unless he does all that. He still got it.
If we close that, I mean, that's not really relevant to the issue because, if they want to put a trailer park in, they're gonna have to rezone it.
Rezone.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I was gonna say that, you know, regardless of what the gentleman wants to do with the property, closing this road is not gonna change anything to it. Because it's not gonna help him or hinder him if he decided he wanted to put a mobile home lot in there or a campground. Closing that road is not gonna help him or hurt him in any way. You know, if we were rezoning it, then that'd be an issue that would kind of go along with what you're saying. This isn't rezoning, this is just taking a strip of land and giving it back to him. And like he was saying, if he does want to come back up, and if he wants to do that later on down the road, then he'd still have to go through, get it rezoned or something about it, and then that's whenever you would want to come up and say, I don't want him to do that. Then that way we would vote on it.
And I will clarify, Commissioner, doesn't have to get it rezoned because it's zoned R75.
Well, that's why I asked the question, what was it zoned currently?
So-
It's zoned R75 MH, right?
But yes, sir, but an RV park, you would have to, you would have to have a conditional use hearing on it. And like I say, as far as, a mobile home, a manufactured home or mobile home park, it's just not, I mean, it's really not feasible because you don't, you'll be spending more money cutting grass than you'll make on monthly rentals.
Yeah.
So
Most RVs,
maintain.
$50, $75 a month, $100 maybe. That's it.
What's that?
RV rentals, about $100 a month.
Where you been, man? They 500-600.
Huh?
Yeah, they're
You
high.
talking about,
If they provide water and sewer.
But either way, what I was saying is that deeding that property back over to him isn't gonna help or hinder the process.
I ain't got, I mean, like I say, I mean, I don't know, I guess we will. If you wanna do it, I'll do it.
but like I say, right now,
I mean, I don't wanna get in his way, I mean, you know what I'm saying, he'll be my neighbor, you know?
Yeah.
but right now it's zoned R75 MH, so even if we didn't close this road, like Mr. Tillman said, he could still go in there and put mobile homes in there. If he wanted to, you know, but right now, my understanding that that's not your intent right now. Your intent is to build a house.
My intent is to get as far over there, I ain't saying this, the neighborhood's full of drama, I've already lived out there, I sold the property out there, where I got that land. I'm trying to build as far back off the road as possible. Everybody's business out there.
That's everywhere.
That's one of the things, but
Okay.
I've got no intent, my money, I'm just back in my business right now, so, I mean, I'm not building an RV park, I'm not putting a trailer park in there.
Okay.
So if I build anything, it's gonna make the value of everybody else's property go up. The way I look at it, so, I mean, it's one of the things.
Yeah, so like, again, what Commissioner Tillman said, all we doing is voting tonight whether to close or not close it, you know? And everything else, it may come up at a later date if it in fact needs to.
You understand it now?
Yes, I do
Just
understand.
Go ahead, close it.
I understand, yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I would like,
Try to do any RV park, I think.
It would have to go before the planning commission and county commission, so you would have plenty of opportunity if something like that comes in the future.
I would like to say that I have had some calls from neighbors driving there about this, that people that, you know, was against it. But I really don't think they understood it, you know, the way it was.
No, I didn't understand.
Yeah.
He just wants to
I
close.
said, we're
the
not
road.
rezoning tonight. All we're doing is voting.
No, he's just, we closing the road and giving him back property. And then we're gonna raise his taxes.
Is this road been maintained by the county?
No, sir.
It's not.
So,
No, it ain't.
Never even built a road on it.
It never been built?
Never, it's just like, it's just like the other
Not
one.
since I've been out there.
It's just an
That was a
easement,
dirt road when I
basically, where you
bought out there,
could.
built out
Yeah.
there in 85.
Okay.
Do you live out there now, or?
Yeah, I've been out there since 85.
I'm asking him though.
I've got land in Bickley, and I lived out there probably 6 years ago, and the actual neighborhood of it, that's what doesn't make sense to me, because I'm not even in the neighborhood with them. I'm on the main road out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I just don't get what the big deal is about the whole situation.
Okay.
Which
Alrighty.
road does this run into, James?
Sand Hill.
Sand Hill.
Any more
What's the other
discussion?
side? What's the road in the back?
Curtin Lane,
Is that a property line or is that a road
where?
in the back? That red line
Oh,
in the back?
that's the property line.
Yes.
Property line.
Turn off the zone.
So that easement don't go all the way through to that property
It
line?
don't go to the back of the property line.
West used to own that, on the
Okay.
Red Deer used to own it when I come out there.
Is that 50 foot wide, sir?
Sir, there's not even, I mean, there's never been a culvert, there's nothing, there's absolutely nothing right there that's even resembling other roads back.
I never seen these.
It's the 50-foot right of way.
And I had spoken previously with Larry, and Larry said there was nothing out there, so.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Anybody else opposed? Not? Carried over. Okay, is that the last one?
That was it, wasn't it?
That's it.
That was it for
All right.
public hearing.
We need, about 2 or 3 minutes before the meeting starts.
Mr. Chairman,
John's gonna tell us.
I move we adjourn from our,
Public hearing.
public hearings.
Okay, got a motion to adjourn. Got a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Now, we're gonna wait about 2 or 3 minutes until Johnson, he come, he gonna
He
let
said
us know
two.
whenever we're ready to go.
Oh, okay.
He said 2 minutes, all he needs.
2 minutes. Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's call this meeting to order. This is our Ware County Board of Commission regular meeting. Okay? I'm gonna do a roll call to get the meeting started. Mr. Burris.
Present.
Mr. Tindall.
Here.
Mr. Lucas.
Here.
Mr. Cox.
Here.
And the chair's here. Okay. Now, I hear a motion that we approve the agenda.
Mr. Chairman,
Got a
Second.
motion and a second.
I'm ready.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Let's vote on it. Mr. Burris.
Aye.
Mr. Tindall. Mr. Lucas. Mr. Cox.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Okay, approve the minutes.
So moved.
Now, whoever reads, they need to read this off. All right, you gonna approve them? Read them off.
All right, approval of minutes, July 14th, 2025, work session, public hearing, and regular meeting. July 28th, 2025, called meeting.
I second that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Now, is there any discussion on it? Okay, let's vote on it. Mr. Burris.
Aye.
Mr. Tindall.
Aye.
Mr. Lucas.
Aye.
Mr. Cox.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Okay. A guest speaker. Well, item not on the agenda. We ain't got no guest speaker, have we?
No.
Okay. Let's go on to the agenda items. Approve the contract. I'm gonna give this and hand to Mr. Cox, because this is the Thrift Brothers.
Approved contract for Thrift Brothers LLC for Short Street paving.
Chairman, Mr. Vice Chair, I move that we approve the, contract for Thrift Brothers LLC for short street paving.
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
They the best ones for the contract?
Yeah. What was that amount? I don't know, do we need to include that, Madam Attorney?
I think it was 1,300,000
$1,300,000.
something.
And I think the county is gonna be responsible for just a little over $200,000.
200.
So,
It
and
was
that's gonna come out
251.
of. What?
251, I think, something like that.
We can just reference the lowest bid.
Lowest bid,
But it
okay.
was the lowest bid.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
It's 1,119,535.22, and the county responsibility is 231,576.93.
Okay,
and there we go.
There we go.
To go on record, they was the lowest bidder, right?
Yes, sir.
right.
And good people.
And good, you do a good job. All right, I'll call for a vote. Mr. Burris.
Aye.
Mr. Tindall.
Aye.
Mr. Lucas.
Aye.
And the vice chair votes aye.
Mr. Vice Chairman and Commissioner, I'd just like to say for the record that, Chairman Thrift abstained from discussion and voting for this item for the work session and for this regular meeting.
Okay.
Right.
That's good.
And he also did when we brought it up at the last meeting as well. He abstained then too.
In the minutes, under vote, it's always, if one abstains, where I mark yea or nay for y'all, it will say abstain next to that one. So.
All right, with that, I'll turn it back over to the chairman.
Okay. To be approve the title search, appraisal, and purchase of right-of-way for Wadley Road, Banks Lane, Banks Road, and Slash Pine Road.
We give that to the manager, didn't we?
Yeah, we done, what I need is
A motion that we gave that to the chairman, I mean, to the manager to get it done for us.
I hear a motion.
I make a motion, we do this, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion on it?
The way I will record it is, last time, is you will give the authority to the attorney to do the title search, and then give the county manager authority to hire an appraiser, and then purchase for the right-of-way or anything needed for these roads.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Is that
ma'am.
what, no, you
Yes,
do
ma'am.
what
Yes.
she's put on there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You approve, your motion's for that.
Yes, sir.
Not
Give her the-
to exceed appraised
Right.
price.
Not to see the
Right.
praise value.
Buy it at the appraised price.
Right, and if they
Okay.
can't come to an agreement, then they will come back to you for any type of negotiation.
Okay.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Let's vote on it. Mr. Burson?
Aye.
Mr. Tindall?
Aye.
Mr. Lucas?
Aye.
Mr. Cox?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Okay. C, surplus request items from IT, fire rescue, and EMS.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we, approve the surplus request for the items in IT, fire rescue, and EMS.
I'll second that motion.
Got a motion and a second, any discussion?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to say it for the regular meeting record that the items for the IT, they're gonna be probably put those up on some type of public auction site, but the fire rescue and EMS equipment will be donated and be able to be sent to other countries that would benefit from having this equipment that we can no longer use because of state and federal regulations and fire safety.
Okay. Anything else? All right, no more discussion, let's call for a vote. Mr. Burris?
Aye.
Mr. Lucas?
Aye.
Mr. Tindall?
Aye.
Mr. Cox?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Okay. This is a resolution for 2025-17, authorizing participation in ACCG Irma supplemental medical, accidental, and disability funds for the first responders.
Mr. Chairman, I offer a motion that we approve this resolution 2025-17, authorizing participation in the ACCG Irma supplemental medical, accident, and disability fund for first responders program, and just getting something else, we'll get a discussion on it.
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
Yep.
We got a motion.
I second it.
And John got a second. Okay.
And on discussion, Mr. Chairman, I'd just like to, for the edification of the viewing public and all, this is a result of House Bill 451, the Ashley Wilson Act, and it mandates that counties and cities and state agencies to provide supplemental coverage for first responders. And so this is why we're doing this, and this is for people that deal with certain things that maybe most of us don't have to deal with. So it will help them, i.e. PTSD, or any other help they may need. I guess that falls under that purview.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I just wanted to say that one of the concerns that I had whenever we were discussing this in the work session was just ensuring that we've done our part to have our due diligence to check to see if there was any other supplemental insurance that we could provide that would be, give the same coverage, but cost the county less. And so after discussion with the county manager afterwards, I came to the conclusion that ACCG had kind of done that investigation and had put this thing together so that way it would be the best for the counties. Okay. And like Commissioner Lucas had said during the work session, about ain't gonna beat ACCG's rates for most anything we use them for.
Right.
So I'm satisfied with where we're at.
The ACCG, okay. Any more discussion on it?
I wish they'd make it retroactive.
Okay. Now, let's vote on it. Mr. Burris?
Aye.
Mr. Tindall?
Aye.
Mr. Lucas?
Aye.
Mr. Cox?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Okay. It's approved the bar pit option agreement.
I move that we approve the bar pit option agreement, as long as I can go fish there.
Hammond Road, both of them.
Both of them.
So long as you can fish in.
Okay.
Just for the record, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to say this. Yeah, let me do it. One is for, is agreement with Rusty Tatum on Emmons Road, and the other one is with David Tucker on Emmons Road, just for the minutes.
Right.
I'll second that.
All right. Now, are we gonna be responsible for the road going back there to the pits? If we tear up the man's road or something?
Well, normally we would.
I wonder, it looked like going
fix it
through the
back.
yard or something other, they didn't bring that up, and I didn't bring it up, I didn't catch it, but if we mess up his road, we're gonna have to fix it.
Normally, if you mess up the road, we'd grade it back, rough it back, or, smooth it back out, so.
Okay, all right. Any more? No, you got a motion there, we got a second.
I think John seconded it.
You second that motion?
Larry seconded it.
Would you, okay, let's vote on it. First.
Aye.
Mr. Tindall?
Aye.
Mr. Lucas?
Aye.
Mr. Cox?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Okay. Now we're gonna do these road closures. F, a closure request for the unnamed street.
Mr. Chairman,
You wanna read that? Let's see, that would be under, which one is that? Whoever reads that off. Go to that. First one.
Mr. Chairman, that's a road extending easterly off Sand Hill Road in the Pebble Hill community. And it's never been opened. It's the 50-foot right of way. That's never been opened.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the closure request for the unnamed street in Block A of Sand Hill subdivision.
I'll second it.
Okay, got a motion and a second. All right, let's vote on it. Mr. Burson?
Aye.
Mr. Tindall?
Aye.
Mr. Lucas? Aye. Mr. Cox?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. Okay, G, closure request for Lacey Street.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the closure request for Lacey Street.
Okay. Got a motion, got a second?
Second.
Got a second? Any discussion?
I just want to say for the record on both of these, it was just, these were, just roads, so to speak, that were drawn on a map years ago, that never came to be. They're just lines on a paper, and what we had right away as a county. And so we're just giving those pieces, those strips of land back to the landowners. If there's people on both sides, we split it. If there's not, and like in these two cases, it goes back to the landowner.
Yeah.
And also that property goes back onto the tax roll.
Right.
I'd like to ask council one thing. If these roads are closed at a later date, could anybody come back and try to open that road back up?
No, sir. This is official action by the county, so the road would be removed from the county road map, and the county has no further title once the vote is taken. Now, for it to be reflected in, like, the assessor's office and all, we do actually have to do the deed, and that's processed, and that's what changes it in their paperwork. But the action itself, the vote tonight, it is binding on any future, anybody in the future. And I did want to mention earlier, just because I know there were some questions around how that process works, is generally we would be prohibited from Georgia's gratuity clause from just giving property or money to a private individual. But one exception to that that's outlined in the statutes is small portions of roads that are left over after either road projects or something like this. And so generally what we've done in the past for all of our counties is we then deed it to the center line for the, each owner on each side, which sometimes is the same person. So it makes it easier in those scenarios.
I just got one crazy question.
Sure.
On this photo, which one is Lacey? It's not marked, it just says
The
Anderson.
one that parallels Carswell Avenue.
That's the one over there, Carswell. Let's see which one.
It's the only name I see on here is Anderson.
You're on the bar pit, turn it over.
You're wrong, Mike.
You got to go to the,
You have to
It's
have,
got the little slants, like angle.
Well, there was one that was.
you have to realize, Commissioner Lucas, that your
That's how much that.
agenda for your work session and your agenda for your regular meeting do not line up.
Oh,
Because we
One
moved
Lacey,
days.
one with
We took some things out this time, so.
I'm behind. I went to a
You
city
find
school.
it?
the unnamed, that's the one that gentleman just.
So if you're wanting to see Lacey, you
Yeah,
need to look
right,
at,
you banned it, right. Yeah, that first one.
Public
Yeah, I saw it. It was on
Public hearing.
that.
yeah, look at your second public hearing,
Alright,
Very back of your book.
because I actually.
Right there.
Well, Lacey was the first public hearing.
okay.
I know that I got it backwards on this.
Right.
Yeah, I got it in the
I
back
won't,
back here.
I won't fault you on that.
I got some pretty pictures.
I mean,
Okay.
James did this agenda.
No, I didn't.
All right, anything else? How far did we go? We got a motion. Did we get a second?
Yes, sir.
We got a motion and a second. All right, any more discussion on it? Let's vote on it. Let's see, Mr. Burris. Mr. Lucas. Mr. Tindall. Mr. Cox?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. All right. That's all of them. Okay, manager comment.
We have a meeting with the school board in the city of Waycross Wednesday at 9 a.m. And we'll be at the end of the hall.
Wednesday at 9 a.m.
Wednesday at 9 a.m. We'll meet, we'll have a little agenda put together, I believe, before we start. And then just to, inform the commission in September, the week before our second meeting in September, I'll start the, public manager certification, process school. So I'll be attending that every 3 days a month until April, I think, or May. So it's always gonna be the week before our second meeting.
For the week after.
And it'll be up in Gypstick. So it'll be 2 days there and then 1 day back virtual, so it'll end up being 3 days.
I think that's good.
Yep, so,
September through April, graduation.
yep.
6 months.
Okay.
It's 300 hours.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Any more? All right, commission comments. I got one, we got a plant tour here. I guess somebody could go to Diamond. Y'all got your paper there? Concrete product.
Yeah, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that, at our church, a pastor, which is Bishop Michael Flynn, he's the head chaplain at the, Ware State Prison. His wife passed Friday.
Ooh.
And, also one of our church members, a young lady just graduated in May, unfortunately was killed by a gunshot, a stray gunshot, I would say, you know, from what I heard right now in Douglas, and so that's 2 great losses to our church, and so just keep us in prayer, you know. And Miss Fannie Flynn is my pastor's wife's name, and she worked in the banking industry for 30-some years, and I think Melinda even used to work with her, you know. And she's a very outgoing person and just had a legion of customers, you know, that just thought the world of her. And so, but unfortunately, she passed Friday. So just keep us all in prayer on that.
And Michael, he's one of a kind.
Oh, yeah, so he's
Good fellow.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, we've also had one of our former commissioners passed away, I think, Sunday, yesterday, Mr. Marshall Monk.
Marshall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yep, he passed away, so remember them in prayer. So.
Yeah, his son used to work for me.
Yeah.
Ron.
Mm-hmm.
Ron
yeah.
passed away.
Yeah, he passed away too.
Ron passed away, a young guy. Can't. Yeah. Okay. Any more comments? I hear a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.